Jax, and you're watching the Jax Rangers show. Huzzah!
Huzzah, Rangers. This is Phil
now?
Harris here at the Jax Rangers show. I am joined with Bozo6. We're at the new Granite Outpost, and we've got a very, very special guest, temporarily at least. We've got Foster DeWitt's father, a.k.a. Fozzie, a.k.a. the Beaver. Gary is here with us. Gary, how's it looking there in Toronto? What's the weather like?
Weather is amazing. It's probably 27 degrees, sunny, a little bit of wind.
Okay, guys.
Nothing that's going to affect any kicks or anything.
Gary, you're muted. There we go. There we go. Now we can hear you. There we go. Tell us what you just said.
The weather is amazing. It's about 26, 27 degrees. Just a touch of wind. Yeah, everything looks good. Beers are good.
Celsius, 27 degrees
Celsius, yes.
Americans.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't wear my Blue Jays hat. I'm just telling you right now.
Okay, no worries, pal. I was going to ask you, what's the atmosphere there? What's the crowd size like?
I think quite a few people are still trickling in. There's a bit of action down there at the beer gardens. And yeah, here's a look at the stands, I guess.
Very cool.
Not really filling up. Nice new stadium, though. Looks good.
Yep, I was there last year. It's a decent atmosphere when they score, at least, but otherwise it's pretty quiet. I was going to ask you real quick before we have you jump off of here. What is your score prediction?
Oh, I'm going to say we're going to put some points on the board today. I'm going to say 35-13.
35-13. Love it.
Love that.
Hell yeah. Go Free Jacks. Can you give us a huzzah before you exit the video here?
Absolutely. Huzzah.
Thank you, my friend.
Thanks, Gary.
Appreciate you.
Talk to you later.
If you want to jump on at halftime, you're more than welcome to do that.
Yeah, I can see at halftime. Sounds good.
All right, Bye. All right, Rangers. Once again, Phil Harris here at the Jax Rangers show. I am joined with Bozo6. We're at the new Granite Outpost. That was Gary DeWitt. That is Foster DeWitt's dad. He is there at the game right now. We're about 11 minutes from kickoff. Bozo, what's your thoughts?
I'm going to jump on the Gary train. I'm going to go 30-plus points, although I'd like to see us hold them to single digits. They're injury-riddled. Which has been a problem for them. Like, they're really banged up.
They've got 12 guys on the injury reserve.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, their list. And they've got some key ones out, Sam Malcolm being one of them. He's been pulling the strings for the Arrows, I think, since their first professional season.
That sounds right.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, they put in a good performance against New York. Mm-hmm. I know New York is also severely banged up. They got that Bowen character. Forget his first name. But, yeah, he seemed pretty electric.
Deshaun Bowen. Yeah,
Deshaun Bowen. He seems pretty electric. So we're going to have to shut him down. You know, I want to see not just a win, but I want to see a disciplined win. We've been in the penalty barn a lot of cards, a lot of unnecessary penalties that we've eaten, and it's changed the kind of dynamics of the game sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I don't like that. So I'm hoping that we get a complete performance today and a really, really good away win. We lost here at York Lions last year. I think they're at the bottom of the table.
Yep.
We need to take this team out. And, I mean, I'll take any type of win, obviously, but
for sure.
I want a good one. How are you feeling?
I feel pretty good about it. We definitely have to have the penalties. We had 12 last week. We had 12 the week before. That's really got to stop. You can't play that type of ill-disciplined game on the road in somebody else's house. What you got?
I just want to. He said "have" as in cut in half the penalties, not "have" as in we need.
Yes, cut in half.
It's that southernness. I just want to make sure that's clear for people.
I always think that I don't have much of an accent anymore, but I guess people are just like, listen to this hillbilly talk. But he's supporting New England, so yeah. Sorry.
It took me a second. I was like, wait, we need the penalties. And then when I saw your hand, I was like, oh, wait a second.
Cut it in half.
I got it. Yeah. No, I feel good. How do you feel about the lineup? We haven't had a consistent run out of 15. There have been players who have been like the Eagle has locked down the one shirt for pretty much the entire season. But we've seen quite a few changes. How do you feel about, like, week to week, we're always shuffling people in and out, which I think is great. And we have a lot of depth. I know we talked about it with BT. He was like, man, this is crazy how many people that would just regularly start on another club, and sometimes they're not even in the lineup. I mean, what are your thoughts there?
I feel good about it. Like we've got our normal starting front row starting in this game. Jesse Peretti at 4. We'll just go ahead and let's read it off right here. We've got Kyle the Eagles Acquire at 1. We've got Andrew Quachin at 2. Cole Keith at 3. Jesse the Pest Peretti at 4. Connor Keys back in the 5 shirt after a 1-game suspension. At 6 is Joe the Mechanic Johnston. We've got 7, the captain, Mitch Jacobson. Win Conradi at 8, once again returning from the 1-week suspension that he had with Connor Keys. 9 is the Little Magician John Poland. 10 is Jason Patras. 11, Paula Belancana, the Human Wrecking Ball. 12, look at this. We got LaRue Milan back from injury, his first start of the season. Absolute crowd favorite for sure. 13, Ben Lesage, used to play in Toronto. There's a couple of these guys that used to play at Toronto. Yeah. 14, Filimone, I'm sure I messed that up, but sorry about that. Taniela, there you go. 15 is Spencer Bones Jones. We're trying to get that started to see how it goes. But all of you guys, if you're watching on Instagram Live, you can jump over to our Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook. We're live on there as well. But yeah, I feel good about it. I think Mitch Jacobson will continue to use that or have the C on his chest there and captain going forward. I think this is pretty close to the ideal lineup. The only one missing that I would point out is Mitch Wilson, the Iron Man. Yeah. I think other than that, with the considering the season-long injury of Josh Larson, I think this is pretty much where you want to go going forward. This is one of our strongest 15s.
Can we flip it over to the bench? I forget who was on the bench.
Yeah, let's read that off too.
No Wayne Vanderbank. That's what I'm saying this week. And obviously we'll get some rest.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty ideal lineup. And we've had some players obviously coming back from injury. Slade McDowell. It was a long-term injury that he took a while to recover from. They wanted him to come into this setup and get a couple of weeks of training because I believe it was 2 weeks ago.
Yes,
was his return. But what I meant to say, if you flip it back to the starters, is again like we've had some shuffling around, right? Like guys playing second row. We've had some shuffling around in there. Fishley, Peretti. Obviously. Larson and Keys would I thought we're going to have those jerseys on lock, but people have been kind of just moving around. Obviously there's been some shuffling in our back row because we have a very talented and we have a lot of depth there. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying is like we haven't had like a consistent 15, but I like this 15. I really like the look of this 15. I think it's a dangerous 15 that we've got here. I think that the midfield combination of Milan and Lesage, I'm interested because we obviously know how Milan and Vanderbank go.
Yes.
But I want to see how Ben and LaRue get after it and connect. I'm also interested to see how our boy Spencer Bones Jones gets it on at 15 because 15 is one of those weird spots, man. Like you've got to be good under the high ball. You have to be really smart. I've said this before on the show. You got to be good right up the middle of the field, and that ends with the 15.
Say that,
and he marshals those back three.
Got to be a great tackler as well.
Yep. I'm a little worried with the wings. I think that Taniela and Balakana are both talented for different reasons, but they have that trait in common, and they're both kind of wrecking balls, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the kind of thing you're kind of missing with like a Mitch Wilson is like we don't got a crafty guy on the outside,
for sure.
And I don't really know about I haven't paid attention about them under the high ball or counter kicking. Like they're the kind of speed and bowl you over kind of wings, which is cool. But I'm just kind of interested to see how they go as well. And then I think our this forward pack is tough as nails.
For sure.
This forward pack, I think, could really chew Toronto up. I think that's been one of Toronto's strengths ever since they entered the league.
Expecting a lot of scrum wins in this one for sure.
Yeah, like you got guys in Toronto like Mike Shepard and Lucas Rumball that are tough characters. But I mean, dude, Mitch Jacobson and Joe Johnson can go toe to toe with Rumball.
For sure.
Conradi's probably the best 8 in the league.
Yep.
And I honestly think that Jesse Peretti might be the best overall forward in the league.
If he can keep his head, then yes, you might be correct about that because he disrupts the lineouts. He's great with catching those balls in the air. So Let's move over real quickly before we get into the game itself. Let's talk about the reserves. We've got Mills Serenevi at 16. We've got Foster the Beaver DeWitt, a.k.a. Fozzie, at 17. 18, Tavetta Sol back in the lineup, returning from Tonga. 19, Regan O'Gorman. I think this is his first appearance all year. He's been injured with a knee injury. He's back now. Your boy Cam Davidowitz at 20. The Vampire Holden Youngert at 21. 22, another Canadian, Isaac Olson, returning to the lineup. And everybody's one of their favorite forwards of all time here for the Free Jacks, 23, Slade the Blade McDowell, a.k.a. Slade Wilson. How you feel about the bench? 6-2 split.
Yeah, the 6-2 split I'm a little bit concerned about, just because you never know with the backs, and that's tough, especially since one of our 6-2 split is a dedicated scrum half. I know that Holden Younger's a talented rugby player, but I mean, he is a specialist. He is a scrum half, right? So I'm sure he could probably get it done on the wing or whatever.
We know he can play fly half. He did it in Mystic River.
That's right. He could slot in there at 10. But you know what? I'm excited. We're look to see Serenevi, DeWitt, and Soleil come in probably around the 50 or 60th minute.
Yes.
I want to see McDowell. I would love to see him on the pitch at the same time as Jesse. I think that would be some dominant stuff right there. I also hope that O'Gorman gets a run. I hope that all of these subs run on today. That's the other type of thing, why I'm kind of hoping that Gary, that he's basically Gary Damas over here. Like I want that. I want that big lead.
I want that comfortable win.
Right. And then, so they run on all these guys so these guys can get some game minutes underneath their belt.
Yes.
So happy to see Tavetta Sol back from Tonga. Just terrible. He had to spend some time away, family stuff, but I'm glad that he's back and playing, super fired up. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this team. I think we can really, if we play and we keep it clinical and keep the penalties down, I think we can run riot on these guys. And what a day. 26 Celsius. What is that?
Whatever the hell that is, right?
That means, times 3, right? So it's like 75.
Sounds pretty good. Yeah, it's right now it's about 70 degrees here in Manchester. So that's decent rugby weather, man. Could be worse. Ultimately, I feel like this should be a comfortable win for the Free Jacks. I think I predicted a 10-point win. I think I said 18-28 Free Jacks winning this one because I'm giving Toronto a little bit of respect. It's away from home. We lost there last year, but I feel like up and down this roster, we're much better than them. We've got more depth, so I'm excited to see what takes place. We're about 1 minute from kickoff, guys. If you're on Instagram Live, jump over to Twitter, Facebook, or Twitch. We are live there with the whole environment type of thing that we got going on over there. We do have some chats that I wanted to read out here. Our boy Diamond Dave, see you for the first HUZZAH. Diamond Dave will be here if the Free Jacks scored their first try, which they will. Come on, he will be on there. Dave also says Olsen covers back 3, Youngert 9, 15. Bones Jones could cover 10, 12, 13 if needed. But otherwise they will stay at 15 all match. I think it's a good setup for a forwards day, and I agree with that 1,000%. We are at the 6 o'clock mark right now, so I'm trying to turn on.
I guess I should have done some better research about our New England Free Jacks. I didn't realize that Olsen would be. That makes sense because Spencer Jones really is ideally a center, right?
Yes.
So he can cover both inside, outside.
That's right.
And then if one of those guys goes down, he slots in. Olsen comes out.
That is correct. Yeah, his natural position is center.
Makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense. Hey, you know what? For the Canadian boys, they get to hear their anthem belted.
Yeah, sure.
We also forgot to mention. I think we have more Canadians in Toronto.
That sounds about right. Yeah, I want to say that we have like 6 or 7 right now. Let's actually count it out here.
We got Quatrin.
Yep, that's one. You got Keys. That's 2.
Keith. Sorry, Quatrin, Keith, Keys.
Whoa. Okay, hang on. The Instagram algorithm is just giving us fits right now. All right, let's see here. So we've got Quatrin, Cole Keith, Connor Keys. Ben Lesage, Spencer Jones. That's 5. Let's move over to the reserves here. Foster, Foster DeWitt, Regan. That's 7. Olsen is 8. So we have 8 out of our 23 are Canadian-born maple sippers. Nothing wrong with that. We are Canada South nowadays, but it should be an exciting game. If you're Toronto, your friends have left the team, a couple of excellent players jumping ship to the Free Jacks. So you have to think that they're going to come out really spicy.
I think so. Yeah. I would be interested to see their Team Canada like group chats, like just talking shit.
Yep.
I'm sure it was friendly. I sent a message over to the Dorchester room. I said, "Hey, I know these are your buddies, but smash them." I don't know. I didn't actually look up where they're all from. I don't think that this is a homecoming for anyone. I don't think anybody's actually from Toronto. I know Ben's from out west.
I want to say that Quatrin is like close to Toronto, but he's like in Ontario.
Yeah, is it Keith and Quatrin might be Ontario guys? Keith is from New Brunswick.
Yes.
No, not New Brunswick. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be interesting. I'd have to like kind of pull that up. But I think that they might be all from out west. I can. You know what?
Ben Lesage is from Calgary. We know that.
He's a West Coast guy. Yeah, or West Coast. He's
Western Canada.
He's a Tupac guy. Yeah,
yep.
He's a left coast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's look it up. We know Ben and we know Cole Keith, but I think you might be right. I think Quatrin is an Ontario guy.
So right now on the broadcast, everybody, they're just going through the starting rosters for both teams. We got a Facebook user here. Let's go Free Jacks. Win in Toronto. I did miss Bozo drop any Chicago stuff. I'm sure that is our good friend Dan from Merrimack that is throwing that stuff out
he's
there.
really from Nashua.
Yep.
Nice one, Dan. Your joke from 3 weeks ago called.
Rumble's a good player, or Rumball, excuse me, for the Arrows. Shepard's pretty damn good too. Looking at their roster right now, other than that, like obviously we know about this.
Pictures for these guys?
That's pretty awful. I mean, again, an injury crisis for Toronto right now. They're down 12 roster players at the moment. Peter Smith having a hell of a time calling up anybody to come on the roster here. This is the same thing that happened last year, but mainly it was one position. It was the scrum half position for the Toronto Arrows last year, but now it's all across the board with 12 total guys injured and unavailable for this game. That is down one player from last week. It was 13 last week. They're just really struggling for bodies, really. So
it seems like it doesn't – I can't find it on the Wikipedia. I'm sure I could find it in other sources, but it seems like Quatrin played for Ontario Blues, and that's right. And our boy Connor Keys, he did tell us, he said he's from Stittsville, Ontario.
Okay.
So they're Ontario guys.
Yeah.
I guess the Toronto's in Ontario, but Ontario's freaking huge.
It's a huge province. Yeah.
It's so big. It's like bigger than the entire Northeast, like plus New York.
So the head-to-head matchup that they're highlighting here on the broadcast has been Lesage and Mitch Richardson, both of them playing 13 today.
Yeah, rugby stats are so tough, man, because really turnovers one, I guess, is cool to see that Ben has 4 and Richardson has 0. But it's really when those turnovers come. Like, if you win a turnover and it's kind of, and then you just clear it, like, okay, cool, that's good. But, I don't know. Rugby meters made is, I guess, okay.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, man. Some of those stats, like, what's Kyle Sakara's meters made?
Don't know. Don't really care. As long as he's doing his thing in the scrum, that's all I really care about.
It's definitely on the Rugby Network. It's a 1 hour tape delay if you're trying to watch on NBC.
There you go. So if it's on NBC, there's a 1 hour tape delay, but right now it is live on the Rugby Network, guys. That's where we're watching it on right now.
Dan from Merrimack, you're coming in as a Facebook user, Bub. Why don't you just log into your Facebook account and stop being anonymous?
I think that what the issue with that is if you're watching on the actual supporters group on Facebook, jump out of there and go directly to the Jacks Rangers show page and comment on there, and we will be able to see the usernames. Yeah. So we can give you a shout out. Appreciate all the Rangers watching us. We've been live for 18 minutes here. Kind of went over the pregame. Legendary Gary DeWitt, the father of Foster DeWitt, aka Fozzie, aka the Beaver, was on at the beginning of the broadcast to let us know what the weather was like there, what the atmosphere is like there, and what is
Celsius.
Yeah, gave it into us in Celsius, which confused the hell out of us Americans here.
We're still doing the math on that.
Yeah, can't quite figure that out. But at the same time, he gave us a big win as a prediction. There we go. As you call him, DC Dan, coming through here.
Yeah, DC Dan, you're here.
It's because
he likes the DC Defenders of like the XFL or whatever it is.
XFL.
He doesn't like OG DC. He's definitely Free Jacks all the way.
It's MLR season, pal.
Yeah,
let's pack that up.
I think that's kind of fraudulent. You should. I know they're the closest team in the XFL, but you just shouldn't support them anyway.
Who cares? That's my thought.
Nice. Who cares? Right, we're trying to grow the sport of rugby, bud.
He does a fantastic job, by the way.
does.
DC Dan, you do a fantastic job with bringing new people in, but like XFL, come on, bro.
Dan, I miss you, buddy. We'll have to get together soon. And remember, I don't need a Snickers. You spelled drink another Stormalong wrong. That was a good one.
All right,
we're
kickoff about to take place here.
Nice, we got the red kit.
I'm already down one Stormalong, so I'm going to have a bottled water next.
This will be my only Stormalong because I have to drive home and don't drink and
That's
drive.
true. That's true.
And don't drink and make pizza rolls.
Drink responsibly.
It can be very dangerous. You can pass out and burn your house down. May or may not know by experience.
Missed what was said, was fixing the TV.
Well, that's probably better that way.
Yeah, perfect.
This is a great haircut on this guy.
Yeah.
I love it. Jealous of his beard as well. We're underway. Right into the sun. Tough. Good take.
Yeah, great take from the Free Jacks here. Wearing that red kit, which I'm not,
As your wow, nice.
Here we go. How about it?
Nice.
Let's go.
Wow. No. Okay. The ref didn't want to advantage that. That's fine. But cleaning it up, we got it. JP's going to roll this one back and put a box kick in. Nope. We thought about that.
Oh, I mean, we're practically at the halfway point here.
Yeah, depends on the time. Oh, okay. Now we're
going. Yeah.
Kick. Okay.
Just wanted a phase.
Hey, JP wants what JP wants, and he gets it.
Exactly. Yep. Is that obstruction there? I mean, I guess we're not real. Whoa. Okay.
I think it is.
Yep.
Good.
How about that? Look at me.
Get him out there.
Holy
Get him
shit.
out there.
I'm not even the regular commentator guy. I'm just the color guy. I'm like, I called that. Shit.
All right, we got Pot Roast, Jason Potros back from a week of rest.
Yeah.
Put it out.
Great hair.
We'll have a nice. His hair looks fantastic. I hope he's got the SPF 50 on there. Looks a bit sunny up there in Ontario. Hopefully, all right. So that's great.
I mean,
from a great kick great take off the kickoff, right? And then the box kick put him under pressure. Force the penalty, and now we're in a great attacking platform. So this is the clinicalness that we're talking about.
Clinical finishing.
We want
right here.
We want at least 3.
At least 3 points out of this. Okay,
this
great take.
Is great.
Yeah. Oh, we're doing a little trickery here.
See, that's the kind of all right.
This is what I'm talking about, guys.
That's
this is what I'm talking about.
That's all right.
It's early, right? It's early days in this game, but geez.
I think Andrew Quattrin was spying the corner of the try zone. I think he thought he was going to sprint free, and he dropped it.
Yeah.
That's tough.
So if there's a delay in what we're commentating on to your TV, you can either pause us or pause the TV to get caught up.
Yeah.
That's my one suggestion on that.
I can't remember how long they said the delay is.
It can't be too long, maybe 5 seconds or something. So
well, the positive about this is look for Toronto to try to tilt it a little bit towards the sideline and then clear.
Yeah,
so we should be getting the ball back and decent, unless they got a nice boot and decent field position. So this shouldn't be horrible. Still pressure for us. So, but I hate to see it and give those away like that.
Yeah, it's a shame already.
And we are motoring.
We are dominating. Holy shit! Look at that scrum, baby. Let's go.
Cole Keith,
woo!
Absolutely.
He just ate his guy's lunch.
I'm actually a concern for him because
Yeah.
he bent backwards, dude. That's not good. I hope he's all right. But holy crap, he just
Dominating scrum for the Free Jacks.
Who's behind Cole Keith? Is it Jesse Peretti? It might be.
Jesse's wearing the 4 jersey right now, so he would be behind Eagle, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was some really good stuff. Huge attacking platform. I like the razzle dazzle off the bat to try to catch him sleeping, but we just need to drive this one over and mow him down.
Don't need to be too cute. Let's just do our thing.
The best case scenario for them is they stop the drive.
Yep.
That's the best case, and then we just play rugby.
Here we go.
We are moving.
We're driving forward.
All right, that's one. Referee
that's
is
one.
pointing it out.
Still moving, boys. Yep. We got some backs in there. Look at this.
Line out's over. We're going for the line.
You love to see it. Here it is.
He's over.
Try time for your
Andrew
New England
Quattrin.
Free Jacks against our development side, the Toronto Arrows. Huzzah, baby.
And
That's
it was
exactly
the guy we
right,
picked up from
Wesley.
our development side.
That's
Andrew
right.
Quattrin.
Andrew Quattrin on the
He
board.
just made up for it. The patience at the back. Love JP there, not taking the rip. We got stopped twice and peeled off the back, and he trusted that the boys could get it done. Look at John Paul, and he's like, yeah, just go get it, boys.
Our guy is here. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Can you hear us?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I hear you. No problem.
We got the kids here as well.
Did not take long.
Yep.
Yeah, we got the girls. You girls ready? You want to do a huzzah? 1,
Okay. Yep.
2, 3. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Great to see you guys. Love the smiles. All right. Thanks, pal.
Cheers.
Bye.
All right. It's been a great opening 5 minutes for the Free Jacks. I think we scored at about the 3.5 minute mark. Excellent stuff. Now, so I'm just going to be a bit of a turd burglar here, and we just need to stick to what works. We just need to start mowing them down.
Yep.
Mow them down in the scrums, mow them down in the lineouts. Don't try anything fancy.
So conversion not good. I missed that, but yeah. So it's 5-0. 4 minutes in. You love to see that. You know, initially it was a knock-on error there by the Free Jacks in the 22, and we were kind of sighing, but ultimately they get the job done.
Setting up for the box
with
kick
an
from
excellent
JP.
dominant scrum. But you know, back to this now. JP's box kick. All right, I'm gonna go grab a water real quick.
Whoa. Penalty. They took us out in the air. Great from Taniela. Filimone, great take in the air. He got taken out. Just a penalty, though. Both players are going for the ball. I like whoever this referee is, guys. You weren't going to hear any complaints from me. He seems to be doing an excellent job. Oh, maybe there is going to be more coming from this. They're chatting it up with the AR. Looked like both players were going for it in the air. The referees are talking about it. So Phil Taniela got it, won the kick in the air, but got taken out from underneath. It seemed like to me that both players were going for it, but the referee talked to the AR and he put up the TMO. So they're going to take a look.
I'm also seeing that we've got 7 on the scoreboard here.
I think there might have just been a delay. I did not pay attention to the conversion.
Gotcha.
So
Okay. So
I was too busy talking.
Yep. Time off. 4 minutes and 52 seconds are where we are right now, guys. 7-0 to your New England Free Jacks. I've just updated the ticker down below here. Let me pull this back up here.
Huzzah.
Huzzah, baby.
No, listen, I think this is good stuff. We're going to get the replay right now. Taniela locked in, dude. He goes up for it. Clear win.
That's a clear win on our part.
I think the penalty is good. I don't think
that's not a card, man. I mean, yeah, that if it's a card, then it's really unjustified as far as I'm concerned. You know, maybe just a warning here.
Yeah, maybe he's going to tell him you either jump or don't jump,
right?
Or you know, or wait for him on the ground if you don't. You know what I mean? Maybe just kind of getting after him. It was a bit risky because he did jump second as well.
Sure.
Wow, he might be carding him.
Oh my goodness, look at this, guys.
Yeah.
So you know, Toronto going to be a man down here. 4 minutes and 52 seconds in.
Yeah.
Yep. So he's who is? Damn it, I didn't see the number, but he sees a slice of cheese here. He is off for 10 minutes. Toronto down to 14 men. They're number 15. They're fullback.
You know what? It's because good call, but it's because he jumped second. I think the referee, we didn't get to hear what the referee said, but I would just say, like, he probably was like, hey, man, did he really think that he was going to win that? Probably not. So he's going up for a collision in the air, which creates dangerous play, but it's no what are the other stuff? Like, he didn't
mitigating factors or whatever.
The mitigating factor is he was going for the ball, like, and he didn't touch Taniela in the air and try to drag him down or any of that stuff. So,
Jesus, I need to
quick ball to Quattrin.
Here.
We're getting over the game line really well. Jesse's kind of isolated, but it's Jesse, so it doesn't matter. Here's the support. We're rolling. Oh, all right. Wow. Great decoy run off the back. I don't know who the decoy runner was. We're going left to right. This is frantic stuff. We're making Toronto tackle.
Absolutely.
Pot roast out the back.
Good hands here.
Spencer Jones?
Looks like it, yeah.
Great offload. Oh,
all right. Yes. God. Yes, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Dial it in, baby. Dial it up, baby. We got Mitch Jacobson. Is that his first of the year?
Could be. I think he scored one last week, right? He scored the automatic 7 last week.
Are they going to check for forward pass?
Let's see here.
No, it was LaRue Milan. Nice.
Great
offload
pass.
to Taniela. That they might be looking at.
Is that forward?
I don't know. It's a tough angle on the camera.
Oh boy.
Call on the field is try. I don't know if he's. I mean, all right. So if you're listening to our watch along, we're listening without any volume, so I don't know if they're actually even going to review it.
We can technically turn it on a little bit.
Oh, they're not reviewing it.
They're not reviewing
Patros
it.
Going for the kick.
Yep. Patros going for the kick here, pretty far in the corner.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't slot it, but God, his hair looks magnificent.
Huzzah, indeed, Wes. Huzzah.
Oh, that's why we missed the kick, because I think last time we were huzzahing with
Dave. Yes. So I think Dave's done for the day with the huzzahs.
Flags are up.
The flags are up. So we're 14-0 here, 6 minutes in. This is exactly what you want to see for our Free Jacks.
It's over 2 points per minute, Phil.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
You like my math? Does that check out? I think it does.
Sounds about right.
Hell yeah, that state college education at Plymouth State. Let's go. Not
Let's
even
go
a math
Panthers,
major,
right?
but I can't convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. That's too much.
That's not
Points per minute, easy.
Well, here we go. 66 degrees. I think it just showed us on the broadcast here. Okay. That's my type of spring, to be honest.
Another
with you.
great take from Jesse.
Absolutely.
They seem to be listen, and credit to Toronto. Kick it into the sun because that's tough, man. They're staring down.
Oh, I've been there. I've hated that experience. Trying to get those high balls from the kickoff, and you're staring directly into the sun. You're just like, damn, I hope I get this.
Listen, our intent has been shown right away. The only thing that's concerned me is we haven't seen Toronto with the ball. It's been all free jacks. So might get their first look. We've been out physicaling Toronto, so interested to see them with the ball in hand.
I mean, the possession stat has to be what, like 90-10 or something now so far. Yeah,
they haven't had anything.
They've had nothing. So we finally get a sight of Toronto with the ball here,
and they kick it away, going 50-22, trying. Terrible camera work.
Yeah. That was a slope. Oh my gosh, this is a slow pan for sure, man.
Wow, excellent kick, I think, by Patras. Inside the 22. I forget what their 10's name is. O'Leary.
Oh my god, a charge down. Holy shit.
Recovered by Spencer.
What is happening?
I don't know. Charge down, and then I think Toronto got it.
This camera work is butt cheeks right now. Holy shit.
It's Toronto ball right outside the goal
They
line.
Are panicking right now.
If that ball goes into in goal, then it's our 5
drop
meter
out?
scrum.
Yeah. Okay.
No, if Toronto brings it in, it's our 5 meter scrum.
Gotcha. All right. Charge! God, we almost had it, man.
Huge. We have another.
Holy shit!
So this is what we've been talking about all year. Performance right now. I want another try out of this.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy. We should bring this down, maul the shit out of it.
You don't need anything fancy. You don't need any Mickey Mouse tricks here. Just absolutely run this ball down their fucking throat.
Yeah. And get another try on the board. If we're 21 pointing them inside of 10 minutes, that'd be wild.
It would be insane.
Free jacks have turned up, man.
My musket-sized pants is raging right now. Look at this.
That shouldn't. Ooh, okay.
He's just letting this flow, baby.
I don't know what that was at the line.
Yeah.
That's okay. I thought we got it.
All right. Okay, Andrew.
Through to the mechanic, Joe Johnson, with great footwork. Joe has such underrated footwork, man. He blanked.
He's a workhorse, too. That's a try time for the New England Free Jacks.
No, I don't know. I say he TMOs it. He's got to at least look at it. I think he should look at it.
I mean, Milan's definitely in his ear.
I think he went like this and might have lost it on there.
So let's hear it, guys. Is that a try or no try? Let us know.
Either way, 5 meter scrum, they're going to get we just need to mow them over again and draw another penalty.
James, appreciate you joining us in the time that you're able to, man. Ranger James, a great fan of the show. Appreciate you as always. So 5 meter scrum here. Toronto backed up against their own try area here.
I hate stuff like that. I mean, he was right there, but I wish they would just take a look at it.
Yeah.
I really wish they would.
Free Jacks almost score again with LaRue Milan apparently knocking it on. But look at this dominant scrum. Absolutely killing.
Advantage. Yeah. We have the ball at the back.
Look at this. This is exactly what we've been talking about prior to the
Take
game.
The scrum. Take the scrum, boys. Take the scrum.
The New England Free Jacks absolutely dominating Toronto Arrows in the scrum.
Hurt. Yeah. So yes, they're taking the scrum. Absolutely, take the scrum. Try to draw the automatic 7. So 2 times, I would say that the scrum dominance has been utterly established. I don't really see much changing for Toronto. Their tight head prop is getting their loose head prop, is getting eaten for lunch by Cole Keith. Connor Keys and Cole Keith, the Canadian beef, just mowing them down.
Yep.
I would be interested to see the pack weights. We look a lot bigger.
Mm-hmm.
A lot bigger.
Yeah. So we're 11 minutes in, of course, guys. We are 14-0. New England Free Jacks dominating this first 11 minutes. Toronto looks frantic right now. They barely had any possession whatsoever. The Free Jacks are just absolutely dominating in the scrum.
I counted correctly, I think they have about 4 phases, not counting clearance kicks and all that other stuff. They only ran about four phases of pattern.
We've already got a substitution, number 16 coming in right now at the hooker position.
Yeah, substitute hooker. Maybe he's going to breathe some life into him, but I don't think so. I hope their hooker's all right, man. They've already dealt with.
So Mick Rogers coming in for Symington right now, and that's for Toronto, of course. I'm sure you're seeing that on the broadcast here, but that is not the game plan at all. I mean, obviously, those guys normally come in around 50, 60 minutes in, but we'll have to see how that plays out here. This guy's going to have to play the entire game, this substitute.
I mean, look for another try from Vion Conradi or Jacobson or Johnston at the back there somewhere. If I want anybody driving the bus, it is the bus driver himself, the Namibian bus driver. Is that his new nickname? Can we call him the Namibian bus driver?
I love that. Beep, beep, motherfucker. Here we come. Look at this scrum. This is absolute scrum porn, ladies and gentlemen.
No, he's going under the system.
Yes.
I believe we need Dave on the thing. So, Dave, first of all, it's another huzzah, but I also believe that this is a yellow card.
Yep.
Is this not a yellow card when you
It's an automatic 7. They're already on a yellow card, so I'm not seeing any conference with the Toronto Arrows. It's an automatic 7. It is 21-0 right now. New England Free Jacks just running rickshaw over the Toronto Arrows, just completely running them over. This is exactly what we wanted to see from the New England Free Jacks all season long. A dominant performance 13 minutes in to our development side, the Toronto Arrows. I'm so excited, guys. This is great. Huzzah, baby.
Update that ticker.
I will right now.
I think we might have our next try before Dave gets in here for this one.
I think Dave said that he's done for the Huzzahs today, so we can,
Huzzah!
Huzzah, baby.
Huzzah!
Yeah, huzzah, huzzah.
John pulling under a bit of pressure. Spencer Jones dancing. We need to kind of tidy up here. Listen, I don't want to get too excited. I think we're going to win the game. I think that looks right, but we need to keep playing like this.
A lot of game left, but man, you got to feel good about it.
Yeah, I just want to keep playing like this.
Yeah,
I don't want it to be some stagnation where we score one more try and then don't score the rest of the game. You know what I mean? We need to work stuff now. This is the time where you just be ruthless. So we've been clinical. Now we need to be ruthless.
Absolutely.
Like we need to rip their hair. You know what I mean? Like, rip their hair out.
I was going to say, if anybody wants to take over Dave's huzzahs, we'll send you a link. Send us a message, and we'll do the huzzahs with somebody else on the line.
Is there any way we could get Gary live from the stadium?
That'd be sick. So Dave is saying complete domination from the Free Jacks so far. You know, I love that scrum penalty try. I mean, who doesn't, man? That's the absolute best. If you're a forward and you get a penalty try from a scrum, that is just like icing with the cake on top.
We've absolutely sloughed their line out, by the way.
Sure did.
They have no drive right here. I mean, they got a clean take, but no drive off the line out.
Okay, so here here's the issue that we have here in terms of outside defense. Deshaun Bowen, who scored 3 tries yesterday, advances quite a bit. So close, man.
It's all right.
Yep.
Oh, boy. That was loosey-goosey stuff. Lost forward.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. We'll take it. Let's go, boys. Let's do something here.
Out to Balakana. He can make things happen. Yep. Ooh, nice hit.
Boom-fa, baby.
Bowen, dude. He puts it on.
Good for him.
Not too bad. Yeah, hanging on.
Yeah, hanging on for sure. Okay. All right. So Toronto with a little bit of possession here now. Let's see what they can do with it.
Bowen. Yeah, he's tough. Dude, he's electric. Can we get him up to the Free Jacks next season off the developmental time?
Let's get to a 50 burger, says Wes.
Wow, dude. If we put a half century on him, we have put up a half century. We put 55-5 to Nola last year.
Yes.
I think that's been the only half century the Free Jacks have ever put up, if I remember correctly.
That sounds right. That was an awesome performance of Fort Quincy.
Yeah, Cam Dolan shanked the kick at the end. I was kind of hoping he sank it just for...
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
All right, Toronto, Oh, did they kick it out of their own try zone?
They did.
Wow.
Woof, dude.
That's Torontoing right now.
So, we have gone for the scrum.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
That's the thing in rugby, man. If you have blood in the water, it's a merciless game, man. Like, we're gonna keep coming at you if you can't. Exactly. Fort Toronto, get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah, we're with you, Wes.
Absolutely.
Wes, I just want you to know that I immediately called them on. I think it only took me like 3 hours, and one of their admins in their Arrows Up group was like, I was waiting for one of you Yahoos to come in here and call me out. I'm like,
the New England Yahoos right here.
You know?
That's us.
I was all over them. Like, you can't You can't steal our thing like that.
I understand the optimism and like wanting to be hopeful for your team, but you can't throw in a fort there, man.
Well,
like, that's
their post was in reference to it being a fortress because at
Right.
the time prior to the New York match, their home record, actually even after the New York match, their home record is 11-6.
It's pretty good.
So it is
It's pretty good.
And considering their away record is absolutely abysmal, I can see. I mean, this was Free Jacks 2021. We only won at home.
Yep.
Remember?
Exactly.
So
let me see here.
all right. So he lets it go down. That's all right. I think that's
Yeah,
our
I mean, the
least
ball's
dominant
available.
scrum,
So
yeah.
Look at this
Crossfield
crossfield
kick.
kick from Patras,
To Taniela.
and we got a runner here. Oh, bummer.
Boy. No, we're good.
Oh my God, he caught it
offloaded.
somehow.
Yeah, it's
Holy
offloaded.
shit.
I can't see who's
Yeah,
on that far side of the field.
It's a bit grainy right now from our
Oof. Lost it.
turnover. Bummer.
That's all
man.
right.
All right. Charge down. Oh, come on. I always.
I think
hope for it.
Taniela is on the top of the screen and
Yes,
Balacana's, but I don't
that is
know.
correct.
I don't know if that. I think it was Taniela. Great offload. I can't tell if that's Spencer Jones or not. I think it is.
Yeah, he's got the long, wavy hair.
Mitch Jacobson. We've been winning a lot of these game line balls off.
Oh,
That's all right. It's a scrum time. Who cares?
yeah,
I've been crushing them. That's good for us.
it is.
Usually not good. Now, good. That's all right. That's all right. See, I get a lot more calm and my blood pressure goes down when mistakes happen and you're up by 21.
Mm-hmm.
But to the point is these little pods, right, where there's the spear, the flat three
Yes.
coming off of there, we've been getting some good game line push.
Yeah.
Like it's not very far, but you're making the defense retreat.
Mm-hmm.
And you love to see it. More
So
injury
possibly an
stuff.
injury for Toronto again. Again, with Toronto with the injuries, they've already had their starting hooker come off of the field here. The replacement is on. I believe that happened about 11 minutes in. So that guy's got to play pretty much the entire game.
Well, he knew it was a scrum, so he was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, he's got his I'm out of here. See you guys. You don't pay me enough to get embarrassed like this.
Toronto's back to full strength. We haven't even been paying attention, I believe.
Yes, the yellow card is gone for Toronto. You can see that on the graphic on the screen. 18 minutes heading into 19. Free Jacks 21. Toronto Arrows 0.
Oh, the knock was on Toronto. It's our ball. I didn't realize that. Must have been. I think they knocked it while we were trying to offload it. Toronto.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why we didn't gather. Yeah. So first knock by Toronto. Second
They need to
knock
be
by
careful.
Toronto.
I mean,
So this is weird. Some hargy-bargy stuff going on the
Whoa.
another knock on in contact. Should
Yep.
be. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's the second time it's collapsed on our loose head side. The ref is staring right at it. I don't know if they're kind of doing that on purpose or what.
Yeah. So we've got a little bit of a break here while the scrum forms. Dan from Merrimack says, Phil, if this ends in a blowout, how does this benefit us in the standing? So if it is a blowout, if we get another try, it's a bonus point victory. So we will have 5 points in the table. That will bring us up to 30, which I think the next closest team that hasn't played yet is New York with 25 or 20. We're at 25.
They're
Something
less
like that.
than us.
Yeah.
The other interesting note is you do want to run up the score in professional sports because the next tiebreaker after points.
Yes, is point differential.
That's right.
Yeah. So,
some great meters gained. Balacana and Bowen are going at it. This guy
line.
Bowen is the real deal.
For sure.
He has taken Balacana one-on-one twice.
Can't wait to see him on the New England Free Jacks next year.
Oh my God! If it happens, I'm gonna die.
Wouldn't that be hilarious?
I wouldn't mind having him.
Yeah, me either,
He
man.
seems pretty electric.
We'll find a place for him. Okay. Ball spilled
that's
out.
that kind of stuff we've been doing that and doing that.
Unforced errors, huh? Yep.
Yeah. That's all right. So interesting. So the last scrum from Toronto seemed pretty solid, but it was our put in. So I don't know if that was our doing, like not wanting to drive it over.
Yep.
Because it is tough to pick off the back as it's moving forward and stuff like that. So you want a more stable platform, I guess, when you're attacking. Well, interested to see if Toronto collapses on their tight head side.
Mm-hmm.
Ref is on the other side because it's their put in. Ref could stand on either side. He does not have to stand on the put in side. He just generally does to watch the feed, but I don't think anybody calls that.
No, that's an uncalled thing. Caitlin, who's not
Free
here
kick.
with us yet, is very adamant about, hates when they don't call that. It's an unforced rule or unforced law in rugby.
Cole Keith a little bit off on the cadence, let him in a little bit too early. I think the ref's probably feeling bad for Toronto, gives them a bit of a breather.
Yeah, no doubt. So that's about a 50
But what's
meter
nice-
line here.
Yeah, but what's nice is it's our lineup because it was a free kick, so it's our ball, and we're in a great attacking platform. I think we're just over the halfway line though, so it would be brought into the 50, and we might be killing it for the water break.
Yep. So 21 minutes in here, 21-0, blackjack for sure. We got the Eagle talking to the referee at the moment. So go through here. Where the refrigerator is. Okay. So I did want to quickly mention that the Eastern Conference standings right now, the Free Jacks are at 25. Everybody has played 7 games. New York Ironworkers second with 20 points, and then below that it is a tie with NOLA Gold with 16 and Rebrand ATL with 16. So as we were saying earlier, the maximum amount that you can achieve in a game is 5 points, and you get 4 for a win, and 5 is if you score more than 4 tries in a game. So if we get 5 points from this game, we will be up to 30. With the other teams having not yet played in the Eastern Conference. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. If New York loses, we will distance ourselves from them if we do end up winning this game. So we're at the hydration break. How's everybody feeling? I mean, it's pretty exciting stuff right now with the New England Free Jacks absolutely dominating Toronto. We got about I think at this point we're with a line out on the 50-meter line, essentially. So 21 minutes in, Deshaun Bowen is the one on the screen right now, and he has definitely lived up to the hype for sure. Guy scored 3 tries in his first game in a Toronto Arrows jersey last week. He is from Toronto, Canada, his hometown. DC Dan says, just kicking their teeth in, been fun. Haha, absolutely.
So we finally go off the top. I think we haven't.
Oh, look at this. What a fucking ball.
Pass early.
Yeah.
It's all right. No, got to pass that early.
You got to pass that ball, man. Like, that is an easy try if you pass the ball. Keep the focus is a great thing for throwing in here from Ranger Mark.
So one of the things that I get frustrated when I see stuff like that from players is when you're on the run, you either pass early to continue to shift it and put them under pressure, or just back yourself, pin your ears back and run. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if you get tackled. Right. They're under enormous pressure, and you've got to trust that your support will get there. But instead, you make a move, you're looking over your shoulder, you pass too late, and the ball goes to deck.
Yep.
You just got to make a decision. That was indecision by the ball carrier, and it killed us there. I don't know who did that. But
you have 2 support runners with you. Like, offload the ball sooner is my
and then get back in support.
Look at this scrum. It's absolutely dominating. What? Fucking put your hand up, man.
Yeah, he got him.
Yeah.
Nope. What's going on? Slap at? Wow. Okay. See, you hate to see these. I think there was no penalty given because they didn't pop, but you've got to be kidding me. A level of dominance. This is the kind of stuff with MLR.
I mean, they're on their back heels the entire time.
Yeah.
As soon as the ball is put in, like, that is frustrating, man.
They didn't really get a lot of territory though. Pretty crappy kick.
All right. We're up by 21, but at the same time, it's just these little frustrating things. It could be 35 easily. That's a great point.
I don't know. I don't know why it isn't.
Wesley says some dynamic kicking and meters gained by the Jacks. Yeah, that was a beautiful visionary thing for sure, as Joseph Lind, or Ling, excuse me, put into the chat a moment ago.
Man, the slow pan from the camera is hurting me.
Yeah, it's not good.
Nice take from Spencer Jones, who returns fire.
Whoa, this ball is bouncing our way left and right. It's
control. Take it into contact. Control. No. Okay. All right. It's working.
We'll take it. Oh, that's a forward pass.
No,
man.
It's not. No,
you don't think so?
No, I put it right in his bread basket.
All right.
Right as I say, don't offload, don't panic, don't look around. I get made. Well, hey, listen. There's a reason why the call sign is Bozo. My takes are good about 25% of the time.
I mean, in that scenario, I think think you were right to criticize and provide feedback. But look at this.
So
This
watch me. He just puts it right in his breadbasket
Let me
right here.
s-
See, he's definitely no, he's
Okay,
behind him.
okay.
It's the camera angle.
The camera angle looks very, very bad for a forward pass, but yeah, hey, the referee was right on it and immediately awards the try. John Poland, the little magician, having an MVP caliber performance all season long. Scores again, 26-0.
So that's the
kick
bonus
coming.
too, Phil.
Yep,
so
that's the bonus,
if we,
baby.
If we win the match, when we win the match, but if we win the match, now we've secured 5 points, which is huge.
Absolutely.
And we've done the bonus point win in under. So we're still over a point a minute, which is outstanding.
Incredible.
Incredible math by Bozo.
Listen, man, it feels good to be good. There's still a lot of this game left over, but damn, you feel good about this.
Pot roast 3 for 3.
Pot roast killing it.
I wonder if he likes being called pot roast.
I don't know. I'd have to run that by him. I'll ask him pretty soon.
I'm not going to call him that anymore until we double check that. Jason, I just want to let you know, if you ever listen to any of this stuff back, that I think that your hair is wonderful. I think you have the best hair on the team. I know that's huge because you're on the team with the Eagle. So, which is this live?
So this is Instagram Live. If anybody's watching this right now, you can jump over to Twitter, Twitch, or Facebook and see the whole shebang here. Just wanted to let you guys know that. But yeah, make pot roast a thing. Let me see here. Bonus point huzzah for sure, Wes. Anybody wants to jump on and do some huzzahs, you're more than welcome to. I will send you the link to get on here. Let us know.
Not a rare occurrence in rugby, but a strange occurrence in rugby. I think we've been awarded a scrum because the referee got in the way of the defense and prevented them from making a tackle. And so we gained a lot of ground off of it. And so he's brought us back to where he bumped into Toronto because he was going like this. And
he was like,
saying, like, yeah, that was
that's
me,
a
my
shame.
bad. It happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if anybody else that's in the chat has reffed. I have definitely reffed. And yes, I have found myself in the way. I've gotten pegged with a couple passes.
Squatty potty. So we're hearing that some of the guys on the squad apparently call him Potty. That's from Ranger Mark. And Wes is saying Squatty Potty. All right. Look, and the Free Jacks are off to the races again. Just an absolutely embarrassing performance so far for Toronto.
No, never mind.
Nope.
Well in front of the 22.
So I mean, it's a territory game now. If you're up by 28, you're okay with them having the ball, but just have them backed up, right?
Scott Matthews, and I don't know what the coaching staff, whether it was Mike Rogers, Will Webster, or Scott Matthews, but they've seen something because we have not kicked like this tactically all season, and now we have. So they saw something. Horrible overthrow. When it rains, it pours.
We call that fire.
Great pickup offload. Too many offloads, but that's
incredible.
Okay. We're still going.
I'm telling you, the ball is bouncing our way.
More pressure.
Love it. That's exactly what you want right now, right? The Toronto Arrows are backed up on their heels here. They look, frazzled for sure. 28-0. You're happy to give them the ball based on where the territory is. If they're backed up in their 22, yeah, sure, do whatever you want to. Have the ball. Kick it back to us.
I think Taniela Filimone has gained like half a second on his 40 time with that popped collar, Phil.
Oh, pop collar crew right here, baby.
Quattrin too, looking good with the pop collar.
I agree 1,000%. That's that Eric Cantona stuff. The King. That's that soccer reference. I know you don't quite get that, but that's a look, man. That's a look.
All right, well, it's our ball just outside the 22. Excellent attacking platform. Let's see if the Free Jacks now up with a bonus point try any more of that razzle-dazzle like they did when it was still 0-0. It's off the top to Patras. Pulls out the back. Milan overran that. I don't think he thought he was going to get it. Oh, boy. Dog legs everywhere on our defense.
Okay.
Off the deck.
Toronto just gives it right back to us, and it's a foot race here.
Good option from Milan.
Yeah, just go right out. Yeah, exactly.
Good option from Milan. Put pressure on him.
For sure.
Best case scenario is we pick that up and score.
Man, it feels good to be good, boys. 28 minutes in, 28-0.
You gotta feel for Toronto, though, because they are killing themselves, man.
Yep.
What a snipe off the ground, though, from Milan to not just retreat out into defense immediately to cover that. That's intelligence. He anticipated that,
Yep.
Quats has been amazing on the throw. The lineout's really been firing today.
Here we go.
The drive.
The drive is on. It continues to move.
I think
the backs are in. The backs are in, boys.
We're going over. On this
and it's over.
Try to Andrew Quattrin again. That's his second.
That is 5 tries. Andrew Quattrin gets his second try against his old team. 29 minutes in, it is already 33-0.
Could be a pretty easy kick for Patras. I think he's on the wrong side of the field though, because I think he's a right footer.
Yep. DC Dan giving you a little bit of shit.
He's on the right side.
As he loves to do. This is reminding me of Little Giants. You give us the ball, we shove it down your throat. We give you the ball, we take it and shove it down your throat.
Yeah, great Little Giants reference there.
There we go.
Excellent
Way to go,
movie.
Q. You love to
Rick
see it,
Moranis.
man. This is unreal. I forgot to update the scores here. They're coming in thick and fast here, boys. Let me
we're
go ahead
having
and get
so much
that
fun.
situated here.
You got to put another 2 tries on the board there, Phil.
No
Even though we
kidding.
just scored 1 try, you can only score 1 try at a time. Don't mind the Jack Ranger show score.
I am so happy for the New England Free Jacks fan base, but I'm also really happy because Toronto's been picking at us a little bit. They've been jabbing us a little bit lately with that whole Fort Toronto nonsense, and it feels good to put it in their face.
Phil, I do have to bring up a concern, though. I'm really worried for Gary DeWitt's safety as this gets
yeah,
I don't know if those Arrows fans are going to jump him. Canadians normally a nice people, but you never
yes,
know.
Yep.
You know, when push comes to shove, anything can happen. Even nice people can do terrible things. So,
Yep.
Gary, stay safe there at York Lions.
Hopefully we hear from Gary at halftime so he can check in and let us know he's safe there at York Lions Stadium, a.k.a. Fort Toronto. Looks like a pillow fort right now, boys and girls.
Yeah, we've definitely stormed the fort. Is that LaRue Milan jumped and got picked? No. Connor Keys? I don't know, dude. I cannot tell. The camera's panned out in slow pans. It's terrible. Quattrin just taking it up. I think they're looking to set for a box kick. Yeah, here it comes.
This is a great example of kissing the ring, right? The New England Free Jacks, the best in the Eastern Conference. Toronto, lowly with 1 win. Jesus Christ. Woo-hoo!
Excellently. No, the flag's out, which I think is a horrible flag. Oh
my gosh. They're not as gears, man.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on here. We're not tackling people. I think they thought a penalty was coming, so they stopped retreating. And it might be advantage Toronto. They're going over the top. They got numbers.
Need one more here. No,
we can still stop him.
Yeah.
Should have gave that pass, and he did give the pass, and he did score the try.
Interesting.
Oh,
all right. So Toronto finally on the board here. 31 minutes in. The long-suffering Toronto fans get to applaud here at their home venue, York Lions.
I hope Jesse's okay.
Hope Jesse's okay for sure. We got Regan on the bench though.
So something happened to the kick take, and we might be getting carded here, Phil.
Uh-oh.
Because he's pointing to over, and that is such horseshit because it was a hard tackle. See, this is where I think these refs just get it wrong.
I'll be right back.
Like the dude, he might have been a little bit early, but penalty only, and you played advantage, and they scored a try. So need to see the replay though. Could have been a lot more early than we think. Watching it in real time is tough. Getting some water to the Toronto boys. They've been run all over the pitch. It was some good connecting play from them, though. They needed it. A mistake there, a knock on, or something would have been a really bad dagger for them. They absolutely needed this 7. What I need from the response from the Free Jacks, though, we need the Free Jacks to kind of settle back down and play some defense. So they're going to take a look at it. Rumble's working the ref like a good captain should. His mustache game is excellent. Can't hear the ref. So I think he's just saying it was penalty only, and you scored the try, and that's that. But he wants him to go back. Probably complaining that they got carded earlier for probably that shouldn't have been a card, and then maybe a cardable offense is gone wanting. What's this? Whoa. No try? No try.
What is happening?
The try has been waved off. I think the touch judge, I don't think the flag was a penalty. I think he said that they went out of bounds, Phil. Later on I can't hear him on the TV. I didn't want to mess with it. No try. It looks like it's the Free Jacks ball. Sorry, I'm super confused. I don't know what's going on. Free Jacks drop out. Patras clears.
Dan says, Toronto fans looking like a bunch of nerds. You love
Yeah,
to
they
hear
look
it.
like a bunch of Rick Moranis's.
Hilarious. Let me see here. So no try.
So it was a penalty to us. So it's somehow our rock. Deep line out. Great take off the top. Poland, Patras. Out the back. Milan. Nicely sniped by Toronto.
Penalty
Dropped
against
it, though.
Toronto negated the try. Not clear what the penalty was, but clearly against Toronto. Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't hear on the broadcast. They were definitely talking back and forth. He
Here we
was
go.
talking to both captains.
Something about a shoulder charge off the ball. Well, there you go.
Probably retaliation for the hit off the kick take, if I had to guess. You know what I mean? When you take a hard hit in rugby, everybody likes to give one back. So knocked on by New England. Unfortunately, I think we're still trying to do too much. We're up 35-0. I think you just play solid as a rock. Toronto is repeatedly shooting themselves in the foot.
Yep.
Just let them shoot themselves and win off that. So, but scrum time has been our time. So I'm interested to see if we can mow them down again. The ball's in and they are getting mowed. Popped up. That has
Look
to be
at this. That's a penalty, sir.
That has to be advantage.
Crazy,
Wild.
man.
Toronto's playing a rush defense. They're leaving out wide, which is really bold. Okay, Balacana.
Look at Belancana just absolutely burned everybody.
Well, so he'd been
Hey,
going.
we're off to the races here, boys. Oh,
So that might be off
it.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Interesting. So Balacana, interesting strategy. He's been running it at Bowen. He's been running it at him, and then he decided to goose step him. I don't think Bowen was ready for that. Which is you love to see people alter their strategies. I've run at this man twice, and he's tackled me. So now I'm going to goose step him and burn him for pace.
So referees conferencing with the TMO here.
I think they might have obstructed the try. If you look at here, the Toronto player,
You
slaps it out
that's
the
a
back.
Deliberate. Well, it's not a,
slaps it out the back. I don't think you can do that if you're preventing a try. I think that's a professional foul.
That should be a yellow card, huh?
It might be a professional foul. I'm not sure. I don't know the laws that well.
That could be a yellow card for Toronto, ladies and gents.
You don't see that often. I might be talking shit on that. But you don't see that too often where it gets slapped out the back. But I would assume if you're slapping it backwards, that's the same as if you're trying to pass it.
Yep.
So I don't know. But either way, that should be a 5-meter scrum at very worst to the Free Jacks.
What a game, ladies and gentlemen. Incredible statement so far by the New England Free Jacks. 35-0.
He's talking about the slap. Okay. Yeah. He's pointing at a guy.
Yeah. So here we go.
The
the captain.
Yellow.
Yep. It's a slice of cheese for Toronto once again, just absolutely, not helping themselves at all. For the next 10 minutes, they will be down another man, 14
for the
to
remainder
15
of the half.
For the remainder of the half.
Yeah.
That's right. We are 31 minutes in, about to be 32, 35-0.
So do we get a try?
That's the big question now.
He is running to the sticks. We get a try.
It is another try for the New England Free Jacks, and we're up to what, 6 now?
So I was talking shit, but apparently my shit talking was correct.
Yeah.
That usually doesn't happen. I think I've exhausted my quota for the year, Phil. But yeah, so that would be, I think, a professional foul, and it prevents a try. So the only option for the referee is yellow card and try awarded.
You know what, man? I'm just over the moon right now. Again, Toronto fans jabbing at us, jabbing at Fort Quincy a little bit, trying to steal our stuff. And this is exactly what happens, right? The New England Free Jacks respond in Toronto and absolutely just kicking their fucking ass right now. And it's a beautiful thing to see.
It's 42-0. Let's update our ticker so we don't get two ties behind again.
Yeah.
Directly out. Oh my goodness, Toronto.
Toronto is just looking like absolute dog trash right now. Dog water.
I think that they're definitely. I mean, this is I think this game will end up being a classic example of when bad gets to worse. Could the New England Free Jacks break the Utah Warriors scoring?
Yeah. I mean, listen.
Single game scoring
32 minutes in. Like, who knows what this final score could end up being?
So obviously, the Free Jacks don't want them to re-kick. They took the scrum center, split the field. Be interesting to see what they do here. We've mowed them down the last 2 scrums. It's our put-in, though, so I feel like we might stabilize the platform. But with our put-in, we can look to mow them down and force the referee to penalize.
50 burgers incoming, boys.
Nelson is subbed for Goodall. So the 15 for Toronto decided he decided he'd had enough.
Wow. So insane, man. our maple syrup is better than theirs. Let's throw that out there
Vermont
too.
is part of New England, so
It sure is.
Sucks to suck.
6 states, 1 team, baby. That's what it's all about.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't even think Gary called 35-13. What are you going to do now, Gary? It's not
Gary's
halftime and you're
Gary's
already wrong,
partying
buddy.
right now,
I
man.
hope he better.
If he's not got a beer in his hand, I don't know what
If I was
planet he's
Gary,
on,
I'd
man.
skip our halftime appearance. Go
Again,
check my car to make
yeah.
sure my tires aren't slashed.
Gary DeWitt from Vancouver, or that area rather, flew out to Toronto to see his son
What a
Foster DeWitt
move!
play. And here we go once again. The
Whoa!
New England Free Jacks are just absolutely stomping Toronto's ass.
Spencer Bones-Jones, Ben Lesage gets
Here we
away.
go, 1-on-1.
Taniela. Nice tackle.
Ball remained in bounds
I
for a
think he
second.
I think he tried to get it away to John Poland. Didn't work out.
Oh, I feel crazy right now.
But look at Toronto's body language, man. They're walking.
Yeah,
They're tired.
hands on hips, man. Like
Out of bounds to Toronto. It's our ball. Oh, my God.
Our good friend James Dealey from MLR Stats is supposed to be joining us from the stadium, a Toronto fan at halftime. Let's see if he'll come on and talk to us a little bit about this.
The drive is on again.
The drive is on.
Well, kind of
happened there?
Decently defended by Toronto. They peeled it, and we overdrove. We overdrove it there a little bit. Isolated Mr. Keys. Good fight on the ground.
I love this from Pete. Oh man, put in the Myro kids.
Yikes!
let's even the score here, even the scale, right?
Yeah, we knocked it on. Or I think they keep slapping it away from us.
Which should be eventually that's a deliberate yellow card, right? Like you can't continue to do that. It's
it's a penalty.
Cynical, right? It's cynical play.
Well, it might be in the tackle too, like when you're swinging your arms.
That's different than just like slapping it down on purpose, for sure.
Talking to the AR a little bit, Rumball split his head open.
Yeah,
that's not good. If he goes out of the game,
that's their captain. One of the best players on their team.
Yeah, he's the heart and soul. It looks like he's gonna get in some stitches later. Because
our good buddy Dan says, "Throw in the towel," all caps. This is historic stuff that we're seeing right now from the New England Free Jacks against our development side, the Toronto Arrows. You guys remember, mark your calendars right now. Remember where you were when you saw this absolute ass whooping that the New England Free Jacks are putting on Toronto.
Throw in the towel is great. I don't know who got it worse, Apollo Creed or the Toronto Arrows. It's pretty bad.
Throw in the damn towel.
And just for a reference, so people understand, Apollo Creed died.
Yes, he did.
He
got beaten to death in the ring.
He got beaten to death. So the jury is not out. It still could be worse for Toronto.
Announcer just said there are 2,000 people there, all witness to a murder from our good friend
Well,
Wes.
I bet you there's going to be about 1,000 after half.
Yeah, half the people are going to leave.
I almost feel guilty, Phil. Almost.
I don't. Yeah, this is. I am living on top of the world right now, ladies and gentlemen.
So look for the drive over from the Free Jacks.
Here we go. 5-meter scrum. Free Jacks put in.
No, they just opted to stabilize it.
Fair.
Here
we go. That's easy money.
Nah, it's
out.
Wow.
Oh! Yeah!
He's like, nah.
Yes!
I think he's going to check it.
Yeah. I mean, he gave it to us, but he's going to have to check it.
Call. He might have had a good look at it and said, no, that's good.
Another try for the New England Free Jacks. We're under review right now. Look at this.
Look at that. No look to pot roast. Yeah.
I think that's good, man.
I think that is all
my
good.
Initial thought was that's good, and it looks good to me right now in the replay.
Who's this ref? I like this guy.
This guy's great.
Can we get him for the MLR
Can we
final?
clone him a couple of times? Because some of these MLR referees are not very good. We know.
So we are 1 point shy of the century. I think 55 is our top point. So we're one try away from
one try away.
Well, no, maybe two. Depends if we get the conversion. We need the conversion, which is going to be difficult.
Yep. It's in the corner, of course. Patra's been doing a fantastic
427 is still not out of the question. Phil fat fingering the score there. 427.
I put in 427 first.
Still theoretically possible at this pace, I think.
Absolutely. We've got another half of rugby to play, guys.
There's 4 minutes left to go. 3.5 minutes left to go in this half.
If you're Scott Matthew, why don't you just put in some of your reserves at halftime? I would love to hear from you guys at halftime. If you want to come on and talk to us, I will send you the link. Just message us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, and we will get that link out to you. You can come on here, tell us your halftime thoughts. We want to get Gary back on, who's there at the game, a Free Jacks fan. Foster's dad is there. We want to have James Dealey, who is the MLR Stats guy, a Toronto fan. Would love for him to come on. We're expecting him to come on at some point. So it is 47-0 right now. New England Free Jacks running away with it here at Fort Toronto. So yeah, 37 minutes in, almost halftime here. Go Free Jacks. My mom just put in there.
Nice take. Nice offload,
Balancana with the ball.
No.
Bummer.
Calling forward.
Yep.
That's all right.
I'm going to need another cider at halftime, but I definitely want to hear from you guys. What is your reactions at halftime? If you want a link, message us and we will send it to you. You can come on live here. If not, you can always throw it into the comments here. Let us know what your thoughts are at halftime. This historic half of rugby for the New England Free Jacks against our development side, our little brothers, truly the Toronto Arrows.
Unbelievable.
Good friend Nick from Seattle saying this score is ridiculous. Did Toronto even show up today?
Well,
Certainly
yes, they did. They're physically present on the field. However,
yeah.
Isaac Olsen's been subbed into the match.
There you go.
Didn't see who he came on for.
So he would be replacing a center or a wing.
Okay, he is. Wow, standing up again. And Kyle, I think Cole Keith just dragged him down.
Toronto just cannot catch a break at all.
Just take
Free
off.
Jacks once again
Just take off.
with
Run.
support and runners. Paula
It's Balancana.
Balancana is
No
going to
one will
score
catch him.
again
No
to
one
make
will
it
catch him.
over 50. Holy
Nobody will catch
shit.
him. Nobody will catch him.
Let's
Man.
go, baby. Let's go.
Man. Will we see a forfeit at halftime for the first time in MLR history?
Is there a mercy rule in rugby? Because it needs to be implemented right now. Throw in the damn towel. This is crazy, dude.
I mean, what is I believe it's something in the 60s is the point record, Phil, for the single
We're about
game
to break
Utah.
that. I mean, if we continue with this form and Toronto just completely looks lost, this game is, I mean, obviously well over, but we might be watching a historic victory for the New England Free Jacks. A MLR record could be broken today.
Great offload by Isaac Olsen.
This is just, I mean, we're on cloud 9 over here, guys. I don't know what to tell you. You know, this is one that we definitely wanted to win. I did not think it would be anywhere close to this. I expected a 10-point win for our New England Free Jacks away from home here at Toronto, but this is just a monumental ass kicking that we are seeing here from our side. We've been hoping for it all year long with clinical finishing. They needed to do certain things right to you know, separate themselves from these lowly teams that have, you know, won 1 or 2 games. This is exactly what we've wanted to see, and Patras knocks that over.
4 for 5 on the day from
Incredible.
him. And the only one that he missed, I think the actual game broadcast is missing a try. We've scored so many. They just upped us to 49 points. They only gave us 2 points.
We're definitely over 50 at this point. We've got
47 plus 7 is 54.
Yeah, 54.
50, it should be 54-0.
54-0.
Toronto switching back to the other side of the field this time to see if there's any luck to be had over there. They have the ball back. They've tipped it on well, and we're not tackling anybody, so that's great.
We're into red time or dead time, as I call it as well. 54-0.
We just need to hold them out here for the last play of the half.
Ranger West is saying that is 1.3 points per minute is the rate that we're at right now, which is incredible.
Thanks, Ranger West.
Appreciate
My math
you.
started to fail me as the numbers increase, as you can see the difficulty. Playing great defense by Jesse Peretti, slows it down. Finally allows our defense to settle, which it hadn't been.
We're going to let Dan from Merrick Mac come on here as soon as the halftime whistle is blown to give us his thoughts. And
sloppy stuff from us on defense here. We're not playing the greatest.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, you know.
But
you still want to, you know, make sure that you're doing everything that you need to do in terms of your functions.
When you're in the schoolyard fighting it out with the scrub, Phil,
Here we go.
They ought to get a good punch.
That's ours. Yeah.
That's a knock on at very least. No? But we have got numbers.
Get over it.
We got numbers.
Yeah, there we go. Kick this ball out, boys. Let's go to halftime here. Look at that counter rock. Is absolutely.
I don't know how we didn't draw a penalty there. There's no way possible Toronto could have secured. Really?
It's just, you know.
Okay, boys.
I think the ref is feeling bad for them at this point.
I don't know how that's not a penalty. There's no way they could have secured that ball. There was 5 Free Jacks were swarming them. They are getting swarmed. Tackle them and swarm.
All right, let's go over. Well, you got to be on your feet. Damn it. Jesus.
That is a knock. He dropped it.
All right.
That's half.
All right.
All righty.
So that is halftime, boys. 54-0. New England Free Jacks over Toronto, our development side at Fort Toronto. I'm going to bring in our good friend, Dan from Merrimack. How are you, pal?
Yeah.
Good. How you guys doing?
Not too bad, man. Listen, with this score line, I could have a hole in my head and still feel pretty good about what's going on right now.
I mean, has this, and you guys are gonna know better than me, is this any kind of, have we seen anything? I haven't seen the Free Jacks do this.
The Free Jacks have scored 55 on NOLA last year at home. So
but through the whole match.
Yeah, through the whole match. Yeah.
That was the Friday the 13th game.
Yes, I think. Yeah. Well, I think you're thinking of Atlanta. I think Atlanta played us on Friday the 13th.
In reference to your question, Dan, I think the only time that a beatdown of this magnitude has been seen in MLR history was Utah Warriors Dallas Jackals last year. It was about this bad. Like everything was going right for Utah, and everything was going terribly for the Dallas Jackals. Which shocker.
Guys, get your comments in right now in the chat. We will bring it up and we will comment on it. But right now we are talking to our good friend Dan from Merrimack, aka DC Dan, is what our good friend Bozo calls him.
I think that's an XFL reference.
Hang on.
You have any water?
Yeah, man. I'll grab you one right now.
Dan, run. What do you got, man? What do you got for us? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is wild. This reminds me of a Plymouth State game where we played. We went to St. A's. You remember that? Like in 2006?
Yeah.
And it didn't matter what they did. We got the ball, we scored. It's like the Little Giants. They got the ball, we took it, and scored again.
Yeah, it's been pretty brutal. I mean, not a good day to be a Toronto fan. I think that stadium might be emptying out.
Yeah, kind of discouraging for Toronto. I mean, the MLR want to see, you don't want to see anything that hurts a fan base, but damn, that's got to be miserable right now in Toronto.
Dan, hang on for us. We're going to bring in Gary right now, who's at the game. Gary, how's it going, pal?
Hey, how's it going? By the way, great food in there.
I tell you, man, we're having the time of our lives here watching this game. What's your impressions there, and how's the crowd doing?
Oh yeah,
The crowd's a little disappointed. There's some comments going around, but yeah, it's not pretty. It's a smoke show there.
I mean, I think you were saying in every phase of the game, the Free Jacks are absolutely dominating our development side, the Toronto Arrows. You had predicted, I think, 38, 35? I mean, where does this score end? Do we continue to pour it on, do you think?
I think things might get a little chippy, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's just really not a game at this point.
Gary, do you have any Free Jack stickers on your car or anything? You might want to go take them off.
Yeah, I don't know. A friend was watching and then he fell asleep, and he said he came back on and it was like 54-0. He couldn't believe it.
Are you cheering pretty loud, or are you being pretty restrained right now since you're in enemy territory? Have you been cheering a lot?
Yeah, I can't hear anything. So anyway, yeah, it's good. Have fun, guys.
You too. Thank you so much.
We look really good. Moving the ball nice. Great kicking by Jason. The scrum is tight and just really overpowering them.
All right, we appreciate you joining us. Have fun at the rest of the game. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet. Have a great one. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Dave, for the update, buddy.
Yeah, so we're going to throw in here. We're going to throw in his comment. Diamond Dave is saying that Utah 69, Dallas 22, I think is still the record for the highest scoring match. So there you go. That's kind of where we're assuming that the points historically are falling right now. And the Free Jacks definitely are on pace to break that record if we continue with the form, which is unreal, guys. I mean, we're seeing historic stuff here. The Free Jacks absolutely dominating in every single phase of the game. Dan, did you anticipate it would be this bad?
No, absolutely not. I don't know. I just I went and just went downstairs, talked to my brother, and I'm getting him trying to get him in. I go, they're up 47 zip.
Right.
He's like, no, they're not. I go, yeah. I said this.
And then within a blink of an eye, they're already up, 54. So okay, Sorry to throw you off here, but we do have our good friend, a Toronto fan, at the game as well. So I'm going to have him jump on here. James, how's it going, pal?
It's been better. It's been better, Phil. Yeah, it's something.
What's your
How you
perspective?
doing?
I mean, I predicted a 10-point win for the Free Jacks. I mean, what's going on the pitch that you're seeing? What's happening with Toronto?
So I will say, Toronto's having an absolutely a terrible year luck-wise. They've had more than 10 players injured for most of the season.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't been performing. I was working out some numbers. They've lost by 25 points or more 5 times ever.
Yep.
3 of them are this season. That's prior to this game, which, who knows, but
Right.
I think I don't know what it is. I wonder if it's the former Arrows, the contingent of Q. You've got Cole Keith, you've got Spencer Jones, and even Ben Lesage. Although it wasn't last year, he wasn't playing for the Arrows. You got quite a strong contingent of former Arrows there that know the game plan for Toronto, and have just really nailed it this season. Or this game. I'm not doing the numbers off my head, but I'm pretty sure 54 points and a half is a record.
Yes. Sorry, I just wanted to let you know that we think that the current, and you'll know this better than anybody else, I think the highest score ever in MLR is 69, Utah against Dallas. Is that to your knowledge?
It's actually 74. That's
74.
Seattle against Dallas. Yeah.
Okay.
So
74 points.
You got 20 points to go. It's looking quite likely. What I will say is, and I tweeted this out earlier, is there have been some very suspect calls. There was a yellow card to Peter Nelson quite early on the game.
Didn't agree with that one.
Mm-hmm. And then we had Peter Nelson actually getting tackled in the air, and that was just a penalty. There was no yellow card there. So
right.
I think his feet had hit the ground on that one, though. I think it was barely well timed. They didn't do a replay, which I thought was a robbery. They should have at least checked it on replay. To your point, it was close, though.
Yeah.
So if his feet had touched the ground, then it wouldn't be a penalty. But it was a penalty.
That's true. Yeah.
And then we did score that try, but it was deemed it was called back because of a shoulder charge.
Yes, that's what we were. That's our understanding. Yeah.
We got a second yellow card to Dawson Fatorich, who I thought was a fair contest for the ball, but that was awarded a yellow card and a penalty try, second penalty try, I think, for.
Yeah, on the replay, it looks like he's challenging at full speed, but when they slowed it down, he clearly slaps it out of the back. It's pretty clear on that one.
Yeah.
Tough break for him.
Yeah.
See, I don't think slapping it out of the back is any law infringement.
Yeah, that's what we were discussing. I thought I was talking shit. I'm like, is that a professional foul? I was like, I'm not so sure that it is, because you're moving the ball backwards. Slapping it forward certainly would be
right. It would be a deliberate knock.
Yeah,
you're exactly right.
Look at that one. Yeah,
so.
You're exactly right. It's no law infringement if you slap it out. I think the contest was. I'm not sure what the yellow card was for. I think it was.
Because he awarded the penalty try.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of calls that have gone against the Arrows. Nothing's going their way, and that's not to take anything away from the Free Jacks. They're just they're keeping stum, they're keeping quiet, and they're just doing their thing. They've had everything going their way this game, and
we were just saying
nicer. There's a lot of Canadians on the team. They could be a bit nicer to us, but 54 points and a half is bloody impressive.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've been talking about this. Like, we've been waiting for this game for the Free Jacks all season long. It seems like, we've had issues with discipline and also clinical finishing, but it seems like it's kind of all coming together. But also the ball is definitely bouncing our way, it seems like, for sure. It seemed a bit more lucky than Toronto, for sure, in certain calls as well. But ultimately, it's just it's an absolute butt kicking at this time. So we'll have to see what happens in the second half. And we've just lost James, but there we go. There you go. So I was just going to say, I appreciate you joining us for sure, and good luck in the second half, pal.
Well, thank you. Hopefully we can get something on the board at least. I'm not, I think the win might be out of the question, but something on the board would be nice. Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Bye-bye.
Not a problem. Don't give me too much crap on Twitter.
I'll try not to.
We won't.
All right, pal. Bye-bye.
I want to look into that, because he also felt that way.
Yeah.
That's not a professional foul. We have to look into it.
So there we go, Dan. You know,
Yeah.
you're hearing from a Toronto fan. What's your thoughts?
You know, I think he's right on the calls, but I don't. When you're getting killed like that, I wouldn't mention the refs because he just gave you so much so much Twitter fire there.
Yeah, we'll probably do something at the end of the game, just kind of rub their nose in it, but that'll be it. You know, it won't be too rough because, I mean, the score speaks for itself, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you don't have to say too much when the score is 54-0. And to Pete's point, you know, we were talking about this earlier. How can the Free Jacks really distance themselves in the standings? The point differential will be nice in the standings. So, you know, if the score stays the same, which we anticipate they will score even more, you know, you're going to have a very, very great situation in the points. If we get tied with another team, you know, with 54 points at least, we're going to be looking pretty good in that tiebreaker for sure. The points differential, I believe the Free Jacks are at 36 right now. So that will definitely be increased. Yeah, 36-point differential. We have right now, without this game factored in, 180 points for and 144 against. That is a point differential of 36. That's about to be doubled or almost tripled, essentially. So that will definitely help.
This is a statement. We run the East.
Yeah. Yep.
This is what this is saying.
So our good friend Brian Ray from America's Rugby News just actually commented on our Twitter feed here and said, "Make it stop." He is a Toronto fan in Halifax, Nova Scotia, the best MLR pundit. You know what? We're just going to keep pouring it on here. I mean, there's no mercy rule in rugby, and we'll see what happens in the second half. But yeah, this is the absolute ass kicking, a domination for our good friends, the Free Jacks, and yeah, I feel great about it. It feels good.
See the scrums in the second half when we get our replacement front row in. I'm not saying it's not going to be as dominant, but just be interesting to give it a look
for sure.
And also with Regan O'Gorman coming back in, or maybe possibly coming on. So
yeah,
go ahead, Dan.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely start resting guys. I mean, they've been doing that a lot lately, anyways, on the weaker teams. So, yeah, I think this right here this could be like the statement for the season. Honestly, like I know Toronto's not the best team, but
right. This can kind of propel us forward for the rest of the season, I think, because, you know, as we've been saying, sometimes it's been frustrating to watch the Free Jacks against opponents that are inferior because they don't execute as well as they should, and the opponent's 22, and the penalties are out of control. So this could definitely be something that they look at and say, look how well we play when we do everything correctly, right? We can blow teams out. So I really hope that this continues going forward. I don't think it'll be to this quite big of a magnitude, but we're so much better than other teams in the Eastern Conference. So it's nice to show that we're flexing our muscle against these inferior opponents.
Trying to look across the pitch. I don't see many substitutions yet.
Yeah.
We're about to get underway.
We're about to get underway,
I mean,
Dan. So
what I can say is this team, I was worried, you know, the loss of Waka.
Yeah.
And just saying like this, I believe in this team 100%. Yeah. So
it's great to see this type of dominance from the Free Jacks. So I'm going to drop you off here. Continue to comment. We appreciate you being on here, man.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan. Bye-bye.
So we're underway again in the second half. Potter straight down the middle of the pitch. Pretty good take from Toronto. Looks like they're going to clear immediately.
It's wild to think the Free Jacks could get better from here, as our buddy Wes says.
This fuzzy camera, I cannot see who is who. I think that's Spencer Jones taking it into contact. We're over the halfway line.
Yeah.
Wow,
not releasing
Lucas
here.
Rumball. Yeah, that's the one guy if you're going to pick a guy to run into, not to run into, because he's
legit, man. He's a very, very good player. He's one of the few on the Free Jacks, or excuse me, the Toronto Arrows, that could make his way onto the Free Jacks eventually. I think there would be room on the squad for him. He's a very, very good player.
So this is exactly what Toronto needed to start the second half. This has been their best attacking platform the entire match. They're finally just inside of our 22.
Yes, sir.
So
I mean, this is exactly what you want for Toronto as a response, right? If they can make some things happen here just to get on the board and make it more respectable.
Oh, man.
God.
Might be a high tackle there on Bowen.
Yeah. Bones Jones went for a ride.
See, we need to tighten up and we need to play some good defense here. Toronto has been finding holes in our defense when they've been playing with the ball. We've been leaving some dog legs. That's part of the rush defense.
That's a great response there with that tackle.
Yeah, good pot. But allowing the offload. And then
allowing the offload.
Gains all the meters back. So
Toronto rumbling out of the gate here. 41 minutes in.
Some solid. Okay. All right. Okay. Got to be careful there, Mitch. Just dove over the rock right in front of the ref. Didn't care.
Can't do that.
That's all right. Solid tackling here.
Yeah. That's what you expect from the Free Jacks, right? Here comes again. This is what I'm talking about. The ball keeps bouncing for us, man. It is wild.
Milan,
I don't know if
inside,
Toronto is cursed.
Stepping. Offloads, he couldn't see who he offloaded to.
Hashtag Toronto curse.
They might be cursed this game. I mean, this is one of those games where everything
is going right for the Free Jacks, right?
And everything is going wrong for them.
Yep.
So it's not been good.
I mean, it's crazy, offloading, and it's just
Kyle Sakara with a zipper from scrum half.
I mean, when you're up by 54 points, your confidence is through the roof.
Isaac Olsen.
Yeah, Isaac Olsen, the Canadian.
Inside,
and it's another try
to JP.
For JP. That is 2 on the game. Welcome back, New England Free Jacks fans. We're in the second half now, and we continue to score on our little brothers, the development squad, the Toronto Arrows.
So that's bad. So that's terrible, Phil. That was their best attacking platform. They bungled it, turned it over.
The ball bounces the Free Jacks' way, and we absolutely slit their throats.
Yeah. I mean, we are curb stomping them right now. Watch this. Great. And Isaac Olsen, by the way, hasn't got to try this match, which is sad because he's had 2 of those breakaways with Toronto players in a position to tackle him, so he's forced to give it up, but he has not messed it up.
New England possibly going for the record here. I mean, what did he say, 72?
75?
75? Whatever it is, we're well on our way to a historic win.
No, they are correct. 59. Yeah. Okay. Are we double checking the try?
Something's happening here. So, yeah, I mean, when he's holding up the kicker, they're definitely checking something. He's talking to the TMO, and it sounds like, based on Jason Patras' expression, this might be coming back. Caitlin on here. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. We've been waiting for a Tripalooza. Happy to see it. Same here. Yeah. You call him DC Dan. I don't want to call him that. This might be
Dan from Nashua.
Dan from Nashua. There we go. So Mike Shepard coming off the field, one of their
forward
pass. Okay. So that negates the try. We're going to stick it 54.
Where was the forward pass, though? I'd love to know. And if it was a forward pass, okay, so it's all the way back down the pitch. If it
potential was forward is what Pete's saying, yeah.
Yeah, if it was a forward pass to JP, that would be real. No, it was before JP.
Yep. They're checking like a couple of things prior to the actual try.
Wow.
TMO. So,
well, you definitely know that the Toronto coaches were working them, saying, "Hey, you need to TMO everything from here on out."
Right.
We've had quite a bit of offload,
for sure.
And that you can always get forward passes in there. We've been dominant at scrum time. It's still our starting front three in there. So, and Mike Shepard has now been subbed out. So that's one of their locks.
That's one of their best players. Yeah. Yeah. So his day is done prior to the 45th minute.
Good hold from them.
And here we go. Yep.
They came apart a little bit. Read that excellent Paulo Balacana stepped into the line.
Defensive
held
line
up by Milan. He's all over him.
That should be our ball. All right.
What the heck is the referee doing? He's like in there like calling things, and then the players kind of stop playing. I don't like that. So flipped out the back. Toronto with huge numbers out wide.
Yep.
Couldn't get it there.
Big time overload.
Great rush from Quatrin. Okay, don't. All right, see, that's the kind of stuff. Don't appeal to the ref and then slip around the fringes. Yeah, Toronto very much does not want to get embarrassed. Kick passing to try to get to Bowen.
And it's out. It's out of bounds. So, but he did hold out his hand for us, so I'm sure kind of curious to see.
No, I think he was going like bullshit.
No, it was a knock on by them. Okay.
Yeah, Bowen knocked it on. So it's our scrum. It's good. We've been looking sharp. Set piece has definitely looked the sharpest, I think, that it has all season. Mm-hmm. And what I've particularly been enjoying is the accuracy of the throws. We haven't had any not straights. We haven't had any overthrows. Quatrin's really dialed in again. He really wanted to come to York Lions and get a ripper.
For sure.
I think Sunday night dinner in Dorchester is going to be excellent.
Yeah, for sure.
Shaping up to be a real enjoyable one.
I agree. Good look at JP.
Yeah, the camera work. I mean, I can't. The only thing I don't like is it's just kind
The
of fuzzy.
slow pan
The slow
is
pan
also
and it's fuzzy.
a bit of
Yeah,
a problem.
It's tough. Well, TRN is funded by the league?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Well, there we go. That explains it. No, I'm sure they're doing their best, but it's just tough. Like, it's so grainy. I mean, I just know it's Patros and Balakana.
Whoa! Here's some chippiness that we were talking about.
So free kick for us
to
coming
Toronto.
in early
No,
again.
Toronto. Yeah.
Ref has not been friendly for us through the first 5 minutes of the second half. Luckily, Toronto sucks. That's a knock.
No shit. Yeah, Toronto just cannot get out of their own way, man. I mean, what an embarrassing performance so far from them 45 minutes in. Every time that they have the ball just wants to find a Free Jack player, you know.
Well, unfortunately, Phil, Toronto has the right idea. It's to swing it wide.
Yeah.
So if you pay attention, I don't know the Free Jacks game plan specifically, but it looks like they're playing a rush defense and they're trying to close the door.
Yep.
So they're leaving the outside channels open to run. And when Toronto's got it out there, they've been a little bit dangerous, but they haven't gotten out there too much, and they keep knocking it on. Or
that's what Diamond Dave was talking about in his key to the game, is making sure that we close up the far ends in terms of defense. But it seems like the Free Jacks their game plan is basically, as you're saying, is to close the door at the point of
before it gets out.
Yes,
there.
Exactly.
Well, and that's the other thing too. The defensive pressure is also a credit for them making the mistakes. Like we're forcing those passes under pressure, which is tough.
Here we go. Kicking.
Maybe possible 50-22 attempt.
Whoa.
No, not close enough to the sideline. It was a good try though.
Yeah, I mean, you can
Toronto
make these types of
lines.
Risk-reward type of decisions when you're up by 54 points.
Well, when you look at it, so Patros kicked that from probably just behind our 10.
Yep.
So probably a net like 5-meter game. We've got some subs running on.
Yep.
I think that might be.
Is that 22?
Or is that just Isaac Olsen?
Yeah, I think that's Isaac Olsen.
Never mind. Cancel that. Jesse Peretti is an absolute monster.
Okay.
Great line out at the back.
Yes,
sir. To the line
inside
the
my God.
He could be gone.
He's got support.
Oh, no,
that's Isaac Olsen.
I can't tell who it is with the fuzz.
There's Milan. Is that Slade on? I could have sworn I saw Slade.
Just take it in. Okay.
There it is.
Wow.
Was it okay? All right. Try time to New England once again.
Wow.
This time it should count. So we're up by. It's right now 54. So Milan
59.
getting on the board once again. That is his second try of the season for the New England Free Jacks. Just coming back from injury last week. This is his first start. Yeah, I am beautiful. So we're chasing history right now, guys. Trying to get beyond 70 to see if we can break the record for the highest scoring game ever.
It's unbelievable that there's 32 minutes left in this half. There's 32 minutes left. If you're Lucas Rumbaugh, I don't even know what you say to the boys.
Yeah, what do you say? It's a great point. What does the captain of Toronto, Lucas Rumbaugh, a damn fine player, say to his team when they're down by 59 points with the kick coming?
You just got to keep fighting, but I mean, they are fighting. They are competing hard. They've won some penalties. They're trying to play. It's just again one of those times.
He's saying, feeling like the Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah.
I think Patros pulled that one.
That's all right. 59-0. I'm about to update the score for everybody here.
Wow, man. I mean, at this point in my commentary, I don't know what to say. Patros a little red in the face on the neck there, buddy. Did you reapply that SPF? I know the sun's kind of gone, and then you're in Canada, but yikes, bro.
Got a little sunburn for his contributions. Let me see here.
The Toronto 10 must have that nice skin, or he put on the SPF 1000 because he doesn't seem worse for wear.
Woof.
Ooh.
Is that Deshaun Bowen? Yeah, I mean, he's not. He's a fighter, man. What a great player he is.
He's an athlete. I think when you get Taniela, who's also a beast,
yep,
you kind of maybe just met some of that North American raw athletic power and talent that North Americans are known for, but not the bestest of rugby players, you know? Did I just say bestest? Hell yeah.
Attaboy. Dan saying he's taken some serious beatings in softball, and at some point you say it's a wash and tomorrow is a new day.
Yeah.
Getting close to the 50th minute here, 59-0. New England Free Jacks over the development
so we got
side.
some subs running on for Toronto. Looks like a new scrum half, new fly half.
I mean, I guess one thing that the Free Jacks staff can be doing is really scouting some players here for Toronto. Look at this reserves.
Younger,
1, 2, 3, 4.
Younger, DeWitt, Soleil, and who's the other guy? We had
a bit hard. So Jesse's out. Cole Keith is out. So we got DeWitt on. We've got Mills on.
And Soleil.
Regan
O'Gorman is in for
Jesse
Peretti.
The Press Peretti. So running on some substitutes here, guys.
Holden Youngerton at 9
at the
JP.
49th minute. The Vampire Holden Youngert on for JP. So we're making some massive substitutes right now.
I think both sides may have emptied their benches, or maybe we'll see a couple. Maybe we'll see like a late entrance for Cam Davidowitz.
There you go.
Because I mean, Toronto had a couple of subs from before.
Yep, they sure did.
So better scrum from Toronto. Nice inside ball to Bowen.
Yeah, this guy's
that was very tricky stuff.
Man.
That was a great move by Toronto. Oh boy, nobody home
with forwards out there. Okay, so Toronto's finally on the board. This should stand right here. Let me fix
that was pretty lazy stuff from the Free Jacks, to be honest. Letting them dance way too much. Somehow they switched the field and nobody was out there. There was one red jersey. So.
Yep. At least 5 on the board here for Toronto. Kick coming.
I think a shutout would have been terrible for them. Terrible for the league.
Yeah.
I don't see them coming back and winning it in 30 minutes, but
right.
Imagine if they had knocked that one on, Phil.
I mean, it would have been basically what's been happening all day for them.
Yeah.
So they finally get it over the line. Toronto finally scores. We're just waiting for the kick. There's their mascot, a raccoon, Archie. Okay, that's cute.
Yeah, not all the branding can be great, We don't have a great mascot either. I'm not a big fan of Woodgie.
Bozo, you heard it here first. Not a Woodgie guy.
Not a Woodgie guy. Although a huge fan of Dave's Woodgie tattoo. Shit is legendary.
That's some legendary stuff right there.
So I don't really know. I guess the jury's still out in my mind. I'm still deliberating.
I'm on record.
You got to put Toronto on.
Yeah. Well, I'm just I'm waiting for the kick here.
That's probably smart.
I'm on the board I'm on the record saying that I will get a Free Jacks tattoo if they win the championship this year. That is my official tattoo update, folks.
Wow. Phil, you put it on the line every season, man. Mullet, tattoo. That was a
great kick, right?
Kick, but he pushed it.
He pushed it. So that is 5 for Toronto, 59 for our New England Free Jacks. Let's go back to the chat here.
Well, it's 5-5 in the second half, though, Phil. So
there you go. There you go.
It's all about perspective.
So Toronto is currently tied in the second half. I guess that's one thing that they can put a feather in their cap.
Perspective, Phil. Perspective.
Yeah, I mean, Dan's making a great point here. You're playing, making sure that there's no injuries, right? Because we want to have the Eastern Conference Final in Quincy. Let's see here.
I think we might have knocked it on and then played it in front and then played it. So
Wesley commenting, do they have a trash panda as a mascot? It certainly looked like a trash panda from my perspective.
You think they'd come up with a high quality mascot out there in Toronto?
Their branding, even though people just assume it's like a bow and arrow, it's actually a type of plane that they have in the Canadian Air Force, I guess.
The Canadian Air Force. That's not something that's talked about often.
It's not talked about often.
Not because they're poor Air Force. I just don't think that people realize that Canada has a military, because who would Canada want to fight,
There you go.
But Canada actually has a pretty good military, man. They're pretty badass. They're not too bad.
In terms of military, I feel like we're probably far in advance compared to them. And, of course, that reflects on the score sheet as well if we're wanting to talk USA versus Canada.
Well, I mean, seeing as the last...
Oh, a knock on once again, and that's Toronto's day.
War, I think Canada fought in. They were still fighting for the British crown, technically, back in World War II. I think it was the last time they fought anywhere. Yeah, the no number with the knock on there. Don't know who that gentleman is. Unfortunate stuff. Got an Arrows player down. Hope he's all right. Might be a cramp. Not sure. We're at 53 minutes gone. Great attacking platform here for the Free Jacks. The middle of the field. We're over their 10-meter line. We could probably split the field. There's tons of things that we can do. Hopefully we can turn this into points. Yeah. Inside center for Toronto, shooken up a little bit. Maybe a cramp in the calf. Not sure. Everybody getting some water. I mean, I do think that's hot up there in Canada. Not used to the 66 degrees this early. All right, the clock's back rolling. New England Free Jacks put in the Vampire, holding Younger. About to deliver it. See, the Free Jacks do kind of have a split field, but Patras at the top of your field, Lesage at the bottom of the screen here. Scrum platform solid. Vion Conradi holding. He's going to pick and go. Blasted. Good run. Everybody rucks over. Don't know who cleared from scrum half. Might have been Isaac Olsen. It's cleared. The Vampires back to work. Younger to Patras, who attacks the line. There's nobody home. Patras is straight through. Joe Johnson.
And
he has a try.
Yeah, baby.
Wow. That was, dude, wow. I thought we had holes in our defense. Patras thought about passing and then saw the tractor trailer size gap in the defense. Watch this. It's unbelievable. See, he thought about it, and then he's like, yeah, no thanks. I think that's a big second row that he just stepped. I mean,
perfect.
And Joey Johnson running
the mechanic has all the tools, baby. And once again, the New England Free Jacks have scored again, and we are approaching the record. We're currently at 64 points in this game. 54 minutes.
Should be 66.
66.
Cranks it over. Kick is good.
64-5. New England Free Jacks on top. 54 minutes in.
All right, so Joe Johnson scores a try and immediately gets subbed out. Cam Davidowitz is on.
Our good buddy.
The definitely cramping the 12 of Toronto. And I think that might have been part of the defensive lapse over there. He was missing from the midfield.
Making it look easy. I mean, that's a great way to describe this entire game. Is the Free Jacks have made it look easy against Toronto. We've been waiting for this type of performance all year long.
It's unbelievable that there's 25 minutes left in this freaking game, Phil, and there's 66 points on the board. We've retaken the lead in the second half. It's now 12-5.
Feels good to be good, baby.
Oh, no.
Is that Deshaun Bowen again?
No, well, Balacana tried to offload it.
Yeah. Oh, nope, there he is.
Oh, man, not a good decision, man. Just eat the contact. I know it sucks, but just eat it. Settle down. You got to wonder how many of these subs, because Toronto's lost a couple. We got a dropout for us. Yep, 22-meter dropout, because I believe it was kicked out the back by Toronto.
Yep. It's a great point from Pete. This half is a good seaside scouting opportunity for Kindly.
Well, Pete, I got to push back on that, buddy. I think you're technically wrong, because most of Toronto's players are now substitutes. That would be a D side.
Right. Wow. Free Jacks almost coming up with that.
Right? Because if Toronto's starters are the B side.
Yep.
No, he's right. That's the C side.
That is the C side, yes.
All right. I
technically
take it back.
correct.
But because of all the injuries, could be a D side. We don't
really
know.
Yeah. C, D, I mean, at that point, they're all pretty bad, right?
Yeah, it's like 26 Celsius, man. I'm burning up. I can't think. Scrum to Toronto. No, is it ours?
How much of this annihilation is great play from the Free Jacks versus poor play from Toronto?
It's definitely both.
It's a mixture of both. I think is a very, very fair statement to make. I mean, Toronto obviously has not looked very threatening the entire game. The Free Jacks have made corrections to the issues that they've had in terms of clinical finishing. I mean, they've certainly finished in this game with 66 points. Toronto, again, they have 12 guys on the injured list. Their starting hooker came out within the first 10 minutes of this game. So I mean, we're seeing really their D side, right, or C or D side playing against the New England Free Jacks, who came with practically a full strong side.
Yeah, not too many names that I would have picked ahead of other names on this week's team sheet. But to be honest with you, the spoiling of riches that we have in some positions, it's like I don't feel poorly about saying like picking one guy over.
Stole the ball here, Free Jacks on the run.
Was that Lesage offloads to Regan O'Gorman? Cam Davidowitz is over to clean it up. Younger clears Olsen, I think.
And we're ready to run.
Or no, that could have been Jones to Balacana. Younger. Oh no, we're isolated. See, we're not getting there. We got to want that ruck. Toronto wants it.
Yep, and they got it.
Got it. Yeah. Caused the knock on with the counter ruck.
So 58 minutes in, 66-5. Your New England Free Jacks leading the game. Entirely new second row for the Free Jacks.
No, front row.
Front row, sorry.
Yeah, we got O'Gorman and Keys. I mean, yeah, quite the Canadian effort today for the Free Jacks. I think he might be hitting the water break.
Yep, we're at the give Toronto a little rest here. Kind of need to regroup. So 2 minutes
stuff.
Yeah, a minute and a half prior to the actual hydration break when it should be. We're reached the hydration break per the referee. So yeah.
Again, you gotta feel bad for Toronto, who just a week ago put up a great performance against New York.
Yep.
You almost just really, it really is to me at least, it's the tale of everything going bad for one side while everything goes right for the other side. DC Dan, aka Dan from Merrimack, aka Dan from Nashua, made a comment where you can't talk about the refs. I'll agree to that point because you got to look at when those kind of questionable calls, because they were questionable, but we were still 3, 4, 5 tries ahead at that point. So, I get it. It's tough. It's tough.
Should they retract Toronto having the try of the week last week?
Absolutely not. Last week is last week. This week is this week.
Yeah.
But you wish you could.
I think it's a strong team putting the sword to a weaker team early and often.
Well, we talked about that too, right? We've been waiting for us to realize our potential. As Free Jacks fans, we've known the potential of this team. We've been waiting for it to show. There's been flashes of it, but not consistently. And we talked about that. So yeah, I think you're right. That's it. That's also a good way to put it. They're the bottom of the table. We're the top of the table. So.
So you would expect a win for the Free Jacks based on the standings and the results that have taken place. But this type of dominance, we're a little, I would say, baffled by to a certain extent. I mean, you expected them to win, but you didn't expect it to be this much of a domination, this much of an ass whooping. Oh my gosh. Isaac Olsen almost with the interception.
The slow pan. Jeez, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Oh God, the slow pan. It's so bad. It's all right. We'll live with it until we miss a try or something.
All right.
Toronto is absolutely throwing themselves into slipped. Should be over the ball. Stolen. Wow. Surprised didn't get holding on there. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Somebody tackle this guy, please. Can't have this crap. Let's go. No holding on. No holding on.
Us.
No holding on.
Yes. All right. Not releasing Free Jacks ball.
Toronto's been very physical around the breakdown. We've been conceding a lot, so it's good to see that.
It's good to see that poach right there for sure.
And it relieves the pressure, right?
Yep.
So now we get to kick downfield. Our lineout's been stunning all day. So Potty, right?
Yes,
the squatty potty,
yes.
pot roast, the pot man.
Potty for
Mr.
sure.
420.
Mr.
No, it's not that type of pot.
Yeah, not exactly.
I don't think Jason Patros has any affiliation with that. Slade McDowell has just entered the pitch. Slade McDowell
is back, baby. So this is a first.
I think he might have replaced Mitch
2023.
Jacobson. He has. So I don't know who the captain is right now.
Slade the Blade is coming on. I'm gonna guess that Joe Johnston. No,
Joe
he's
Johnston,
out. He's out. Okay, so yeah, great question. Who's the captain for the Free Jacks right now?
Maybe Holden Younger.
Okay. Not straight is the
call.
call.
Not straight of the game. So that's another thing. I know we're up, 61 points, but please, go to the front, relieve the pressure, play rugby. Stop with that. It's worked all game and I get it, but yeah, Toronto wants no part of a scrummage with us, so they've taken the line out. Smart option.
Yep.
It's an interesting. Who is the captain right now?
Great question. That's the type of thing.
If you know, please put it in the chat.
Yeah.
I would say maybe Holden Younger. Disrupted, stolen by the Free Jacks.
Nice. You love to see it.
Maul is
look at this Maul.
Down.
Yeah, absolutely tremendous.
That's a great response to a not straight is to win it back. Straight to the line, McDowell fighting the Manawatu man, the Turbo.
So based on my calculations, literally all of our substitutes are in the game. So that means that we're not able to sub anybody else. So unfortunately, we're not able to take Patras out of there as like making sure injury insurance type of thing. So Patras is in for the rest of the game. It appears.
Fozzie Bear's down.
Fozzie Bear's down.
Beef.
Not great.
Yeah. Unfortunate knock on there. Sucks. Tough luck for Holden Younger. But again, Toronto's been throwing themselves in at the breakdown pretty hard. Kyle Sakara's back in.
Kyle's back in
Foster
for
DeWitt
Foster DeWitt.
Yeah.
You hate to see it for Foster, coming into this game with a huge lead. Wanted to see him have a little breakout performance in the second half, but unfortunately not to be.
His dad's come all the way from BC to see him play.
Dad came from Victoria, perhaps, or somewhere in British Columbia.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a long drive, a long plane ride for those of you who aren't familiar with geography.
Yep, that's a long.
That's basically LA to New York.
Yep. So
wow, switching the field. Oh, need to make that tackle. Bummer. Offload to Rumble. Somebody tackle and put him on the deck, please. Isaac Olsen with the tackle. Oh, that's a knock on. Right in the hands. So go down. Go down and support it. Go down. Kyle rips out the back.
Have you ever seen this much of just a lucky bounce of the ball? Like the ball loves the free.
Ooh, that would have been a 50-22.
It sure would have.
Did he just knock that forward? Jinking gets put down.
Ooh,
no, we got to let that rip.
Yeah.
Oh, they're coming down the short side there.
Out of bounds.
Throwing it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Free Jacks should have the line out.
I mean,
another great attacking platform.
The ball loves the Free Jacks guy, man. There's no better explanation for them to continue to get these lucky bounces on their side. It's been like 1,000-0 at this point.
How good has that man been, LaRue Milan? He's been tearing it up. He's had an excellent match.
He sure has.
Lucas Rumball's
struggling.
The blood stuff. They might have to sub him off the pitch temporarily.
63 minutes in, 66-5. I almost said 0, but they have scored one try.
No, you hate to see him get shut out, not at home. That's a bummer. Because, again, this is, it is professional sport, right? Yep. So, and also the crap, but it's like you are trying to grow the game, and you boinked at home 2 weeks in a row and get blown the hell out the second time after.
Yeah.
What is, I would say, a gut-wrenching loss against New York.
Yeah, it was a close victory for New York there in Toronto, but this one is just, this is just extra level. Where do you go from here?
You almost wonder if they blew their load at New York, man.
Right. Yeah.
They got nothing left. Tough.
Yeah, it's tough for them.
So I forgot to mention, we had the knot straight because we went to the back with the new hooker. Let's keep it simple for the man. Let him build his confidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Mills has struggled with line-out throws this year.
Well, it's also like when you put in your backup quarterback, man. Give him a couple out routes. You know what I mean?
Let's make it easy for him, is what you're saying.
Confidence builder. Oh, those bungles it again. Nice take from Davidowitz. Is that? Oh, okay.
Okay.
So what's going on? Penalty.
Offsides. Yep.
Excellent. So just boot it down the corner. Let's do it again. But see, again, this makes me nervous too a little bit. I'm not trying to bag on Mills here, but you can throw it better than I can. But it does make me nervous that the line out throws we're kind of.
It's a noticeable drop off.
Well, we're not straight, and then not fingertips it. On Davidowitz. Like we need to hit that, man. We need to hit it.
So here we go. Free Jacks with an attacking line out within the 22 of Toronto here. 64 minutes gone, 66-5. Let's see if the Free Jacks can score once again.
Going quickly to the Canadian Oak. Connor Keys, great way to take it.
Toronto's good defense here.
Yeah, I think they're just getting it to the deck.
Yeah.
Kyle Sakara off the back to the Namibian bus. They stuffed them.
Yeah, they're really trying. They're over the ball here. They got it. Okay.
Wow. Unbelievable stuff.
Yep, big time.
Man, see, that's the kind of crap. I think Ben Lesage is fired up. He's pretty pissed. He's like, we got to get over that, boys. Yeah. We have been a little bit lazy getting to the breakdown and covering ourselves. I think they've poached 2 or 3 balls. If I would be critical of a 66-5 win, that's what I would say.
Right.
We've gotten a couple poached off us that really shouldn't be. They had no business.
Right. And it's almost like that overconfidence, right? When you're up by so much.
Toronto lineout's kind of going nowhere.
Yep. So that's
never mind.
One from the referee.
Splintered us a little bit, but we've stalled them.
All right.
There's the ball.
And there's the line speed of the Free Jacks.
Murdered.
And here we go.
Offload.
That's Slade the Blade.
Ooh, great hit.
Yes, sir.
Right back to his feet. See, they're competing hard. They want that breakdown ball.
Yep.
Never released the guy. The tackler did. So that's all right. Good cleanup by the Free Jacks. Yep. See, what in the hell are they
happening?
Diving in from the side.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Here we go with Patras.
There's space out wide.
Potty's got it. One more. He doesn't need it. There's LaRue Milan for a second try of the game.
Great dummy. Might have pulled something.
Yep. 3 tries in 2 games. LaRue Milan once again on the board. He will be, by the way, he will be on the Jacks Rangers show in a couple of weeks from now. Let me see here. On the 27th of April at 9 p.m. You will see LaRue Milan.
From him. Look at it. He saw Bowen.
Yeah.
Bowen was staring Spencer Jones down, ready to jump that. And
it's a little dummy here, right? Yep. And he turned him. Yep.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Once again, the New England Free Jacks chasing history here. We're now at 71 points, waiting for the conversion. Whoops. Jason Patras with the conversion.
Sorry, just texting my wife.
Oh, you're good, man.
No, I don't think professional broadcasters text when they're on the chat, They probably don't swear or complain about refs either.
That is true. There we go. All right, and it's good.
I have lost track. I think he might be like 6 for 8 on conversions today.
He's been money all season in that
6
department.
for 8 or 5 for 8.
Right.
He's doing really well.
The
ones he's missed have been out wide, so you really – from a 10, you'd want him to be able to at least hit one of those maybe a game, but –
So James Dealey from MLR Stats, I believe he was saying either 73 or 75 is the record. So we've either tied it or 2 points away. So if anybody was listening and heard that better than we did, let us know what he said specifically. But we're right on the cusp of the record of the most points scored ever in MLR history.
You ready for this? Check it out.
Go ahead.
Siri, what is the single game Major League Rugby scoring record? Let's see.
My cat Morty has decided to join us.
Utah sets MLR scoring record in blowout win over Dallas.
What's the score?
Yeah.
Is it 75? Ranger West saying Milan is a dude. Absolutely. I agree 100%. He's got that game breaker, playmaker, gene. Still 13 minutes left. Free Jacks 73, Toronto Arrows 5. They are really trying to play that ball to Deshaun Bowen. And he is a dude and a half.
So is Slade McDowell. He
found
that out the hard way.
No doubt.
The Manawatu turbo.
There's our guy, Cam Davidowitz, with a tackle. Yep.
Almost turned him on the wrong side of the ruck, too.
Yep.
Ooh. But see how they're conceding and they're just kind of getting out of there?
Yep.
Which is fine. It's great. I still think that it's Utah. I think we've broken the scoring record. Somebody said it was 75. I think that might have been erroneous.
Okay.
Because I've looked it up on Google twice, and it's Utah over Dallas, and it was 69 to 22.
Okay, so we might have it, guys. Penalty for the Free Jacks once again. Going to kick this ball out. It's a tough day at the office for the Toronto Arrows.
I don't know how to fact check it other than Google.
Do we kick if we get a penalty to get the record, or is that a shitty way to do it? I mean, there's still 10 minutes left, Wes. So
I think we might have the record. And yes, that is shit. You don't do that.
Right.
Even in a pro sport, at this point, the Free Jacks should not kick for the sticks.
Yep.
You're winning by, I can't do the math, but a lot. 68. You're winning by 68 points. You not put 3 on Toronto. That is stupid. That is classless, and I would not like to see that. I would not want them to besmirch their record like that. That's a personal opinion, but I
Yeah.
think it's the right one.
I mean, why not get it with a try if we can? You know
All
what I
right,
mean?
nice from Tavetta. Yeah.
Oh, a little
Little switch
trickery
of field,
here.
Younger gets crushed. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, dude, I don't want that. Oh, God, they're holding on to him. Oh, man. Whoa!
Okay, Mills. All right, pal.
Sorry, Tavetta.
There's Cam Davidowitz, the future
Run,
mayor
Cam,
of
run!
Haverhill, Massachusetts.
go!
And he's in,
Let's go!
baby. We got it for
Yes!
sure now. That's it.
Yes! Huzzah!
Huzzah, baby.
Let's
Woohoo!
go! Look at him. Look at him, dude. Absolute jubilation.
A dude.
The man from Haverhill.
Farmer Cam
Haverhill.
breaks the
Look
record.
at this dude. Sniped from Mills. Ooh.
Just runs this guy over.
Oh.
You love to see it.
Cam looks back. He's like, yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you're
dude.
good.
Oh, he put the see you later, Lucas.
Huzzah, baby.
Oh, wow.
Guys, we're witnessing history
Unbelievable.
here. The
So that's
Free Jacks are
78.
just on another level.
Wait a second, Phil. Are we about to hang 90 on him?
Can we get to 90 in 9 minutes, guys?
If we get to 95, it would be the first ever time Jacks by 90.
Ooh.
Jacks by 90?
Jacks by 90? Hashtag Jacks by 90?
Oh, my God.
Are we going to get there, guys? Throw in
Anything less is
hashtag Jacks
unacceptable.
by 90 in the chat
Anything
for
less is
90
unacceptable.
points for the Free
This is
Jacks.
for 80 points, by the way.
Yeah.
If he nails this.
Yep.
And that's definitely an MLR. This is an
This-
MLR record.
We've reached the MLR record, guys. Regardless of what it previously was, we are now at that point.
Wow.
Patras with the conversion, and it is good. So 80-5.
Wow. Wow.
We will never forget this evening.
Wow. I still gotta say I'd rather have an MLR Shield than this one. This
Of
is like
course.
Kobe, hey, you know what? Remember when Kobe dropped 80 on Toronto?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is just like
sad for Toronto. Look at this poor
this
poor little
poor
guy.
kid.
Poor little guy.
Yeah.
Get the camera off him. What are you doing, TRN? You scrubs? See the crying kid on the sideline. What the hell's wrong with them?
Huzzah, huzzah,
Another
huzzah.
directly out or another out. So
Toronto.
scrum center to
Tough,
New
man.
England Free Jacks. Honestly, from here, I wouldn't mind the Free Jacks. Just playing left to right, keeping it tight, kick it, pin them deep. You know what I mean, and then just letting them phase play it.
Remember that time they called it Fort Toronto?
I don't think they'll ever be doing that again.
Yeah, that's over. It's so okay. The Patriots sucks. Love the Free Jacks. Well said, Pete.
Hey, also another huge point I want to bring up.
Yep.
They still have to come to Fort Quincy.
It's true. It's going to be interesting. Boom, baby. Oh my gosh, that's going to be a tough trip.
I can't wait for you and Dave's score predictions for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be high.
Does Dave have to roll the dice twice?
I think he should in that scenario. He's going to roll it twice. And,
embarrassing.
yeah.
Watch, we'll lose that game or something different.
Let's not do that.
Let's not do that. Another injury for Toronto.
Gosh, this is unreal.
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if these guys are like, I'm cramping.
Hashtag Toronto curse.
At
Let's
this point,
get that going.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're quitting. And he's a sub, so a guy who already thought he could quit and be away from this abysmal performance has to come back and get beaten up again.
So we've got less than 8 minutes to go in this one. 80-5.
If we can score 2 more tries, we have literally hung 90 on them. And that would be a day in Jack's Rangers show history that we would, and Free Jacks history, we'd never forget.
Guys, I want your comments and everything else you got for the full-time whistle. Once that blows, if you guys want to jump on the chat, we will send you the link. You're more than welcome to jump on here and give your full match review of this absolute domination, historic domination.
Flat to the line, LaRue Milan. Haven't heard much of Ben Lesage today because LaRue's just been diced.
LaRue is just, he outshines most backs.
Well, him and Patras have just been carving him up. So
yeah, no doubt.
Ben
There's
gets it
Ben,
and knocks it on. Dang, tough goal for Ben. Damn, dude. Good dude, Ben Lesage.
Really smart guy, too.
But to finish my point, what I was saying earlier, it's because Jason Patras and LaRue Milan are cutting them to shreds, so it never really gets to them. And then there's other support runners, and it gets dished.
Yep.
You know,
Great point.
You got to keep your spacing. You got to stay in your lane on the field. He can't just run in just because he wants a touch of the rock. That's not how you play.
Right. Yep.
So, unfortunately for him, he got the outside center call.
Time's ticking away here, guys.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was the final score.
Yeah.
But I really hope somehow we magically pick it off and it's 87-5, and then we just hang 90 on them.
Any suggestions are welcome in the chat about what we should, chirp to the Toronto fans. Would love to hear you guys' thoughts on that.
This is unbelievable. 80 points in a game of rugby. Man.
Have you ever seen anything like it?
No, man, not at this level.
Yeah.
I have seen things like it, but like clearly when two teams are like playing some backwater tournament and one team is really good and just it's like a complete mismatch. Like these are pro teams, man. I'm sure it's happened in pro rugby before, something along this lines, but I'd be interested to see if this is probably amongst the biggest professional rugby disparities of all time.
Yeah.
Because even the other one was 60 something to 22. So Dallas scored 22 points. You know what I'm saying?
They continue to want to make that work with Deshaun Bowen, which is understandable. The guy scored 3 tries last game, but it's just not happening.
No. But see that again, like that's like I don't know that there's been any greater disparity. What in the heck is that? Put the boots to him, Holden. Start stomping him.
Wes says, say this, Fort Toronto, more like Fart Toronto.
Wow, Wes. 10 out of 10. Love that, bud. Love that energy. Fart Toronto.
Pete suggesting a huzzah for each score. Okay.
I can't count how many times.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
More like Queef Toronto.
The Pillow Fort, as we're calling it. They keep going back to this guy.
Oh my God.
And the Free Jacks are about to burn him. Bye-bye.
He's kicked through. It's a foot race. I think that's who is that running hard for it? I don't know.
Ben Lesage?
No, Slade McDowell.
Oh, wow.
Overran it a little bit.
Look at this. Just the counter ruck. Jesus.
They've mucked him. The referee needs to take control. I don't know how they got that ball back. Unbelievable. This is the kind of stuff, man. Don't break your leg getting in there. You know what I mean? Just
right, yeah.
Let him kick it back to you.
We're in junk time at this point. There's no reason to like put your body on the line. But I mean, we'd love to see it on the score.
Ugh. Slogging it. It's going to be cleared to touch. I think we'll see a line out. Yeah, generous.
4 minutes to go.
Generous touch, Judge. Wow.
Yeah.
I talk shit. I have no idea if he was generous or not. He's probably Canadian, which means he's generous by nature.
Very friendly bunch up there. Those knuckleheads.
Good people. Good people, the people of Canada.
Yep.
Man. I don't know. Man, if I don't think we're going to get 90 now. There was a chance.
Okay. A little spillage there.
I thought the whistle was blowing. The player's body language certainly spoke to that. Cam Davidowitz.
Jesus. All right.
And we've lost it. Knocked on, but not recoverable by Toronto. So we'll have a scrum with about 3 minutes to go in the match. I mean, at this point, obviously, Toronto's not going to win the game. I think we might have known that since about minute 10.
Yep, that is a fair assessment right there.
What is it? Rugby Network saying? Came to play.
Came to play. New England Free Jacks came to play. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah, we're under three to play now. So I mean, obviously at this point, I think Toronto's just looking for a try. And I would say to be clinical and to be ruthless, right? Let's be ruthless. We don't want to give them any more points. They got their 5. They avoided the shutout.
Yep.
But let's not even give them an inch, man. Nothing.
Yep. I agree.
We really,
you always want to make statements, and obviously the statement has already been made, but just to say, yeah, you're not getting any more from this whatsoever. I think that's a fair thing.
So they've split the field.
Got to love that Cam got the record breaker, says Diamond Dave. Agreed.
Hell yeah. So is the record,
look at this.
Is it 75 or is it 69? Because I was looking at and I could not find anything online that says that Seattle.
This is going to go out. Yep. Oh, it didn't. Okay. Try summary today. Quatrin, Jacobson, penalty try. Poland, Quatrin, penalty try. Philemone, Belancana, Milan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There has been 9 tries scored in this game by the New England Free Jacks.
Seattle Seawolves versus Dallas Jackals. Oh, so you can't let him get that. I feel like Toronto might sneak one in. Dave, if you're listening, man, can you verify? I mean, I think we definitely have the highest. Nobody's gotten to 80 in MLR, but was it 75 with Seattle or was it 69 with Utah? Because whenever I Google it, it just shows Utah. But I mean,
less than a minute to go here, guys.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Hoping to see the Free Jacks, stand tall here and avoid a try scored by the development side of the Toronto Arrows.
I wish you could get 2 bonus points.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Where this kind of beat down, you should.
Yeah, you score 8, you get 2.
Ooh, that would have been nice to let him into the try zone and then hold him up. Hold him up.
Hold him up.
We hold him up here. That could be game. It's out the back.
Ball spills out
backwards. Yeah, we're over that. We're over that. Oh, really?
Get his hand on it.
Really? Yeah. We could have been penalized there too because I think he put his hands on the deck. Squeaky bum time.
That's right.
I don't know why I'm nervous. I just don't want him to score.
It's almost like the game is tied or something, right?
Yeah, it's almost like that Dallas game where I was like super nervous.
So we're into dead time, red time on the clock here.
Now I just don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Right.
Forward, knocked forward.
And that'll be it. That's the game, ladies and gentlemen. 80-5. Your New England Free Jacks absolutely whooped the ass of our development squad, the Toronto Arrows. Looking for full-time thoughts from anybody that wants to join us. Put it in the chat or we'll send you a link. Come on here and let us know.
Well, good for Toronto. Their fans stuck around
to
watch history. Nice Canadians, They paid for their tickets.
The friendliest of all nations, the Canadians.
Well, we stormed right through them, didn't we?
Jesus.
Stormed right along. A quiet day at the office from this man, Leon Conradi.
Yeah, it's a little surprising. Yeah, it's a little surprising. He
was solid. He was solid, but usually he's just mowing people down. I would definitely say on the short list of players in the match for me would be LaRue Milan, John Poland.
Yep. Andrew Quatrin with 2 tries.
Andrew Quatrin. Listen, Patros was awesome today.
Yeah.
But with guys getting multiple tries like that, nice.
Look at that.
I think this was the one that was not a try, though. That was called back to the forward pass.
That's the moment of the match? What are they doing?
Wow. Yeah, that was the one that was called back for the forward pass. So moment of the match.
Excellent. They're a little confused there.
They could have picked any other. JP had 2 other tries, so they could have picked that. So.
All right. Let's see what we got here.
It'll be a nice flight back for the Free Jacks. They'll be celebrating.
Ranger West says, my wife, I didn't think rugby could score so high. I didn't know rugby could score so high.
I thought we were watching basketball.
Let's see here. Ranger Pete says, I'm ugly so I don't go on camera, but really enjoyed the commentary. Thanks, gents.
Well, thanks for riding with us, dude. Appreciate you listening to me. I've heard my voice sounds good. I don't know. That's according to some guy who does a rugby pick'em show.
There you go. Barrow LFC says, what a blunder from the production crew. Yeah, big time.
Yeah, well, what do you expect? It's the Rugby Network. They blunder on their memes, dude. If their meme game ain't straight, you think their camera work is going to be great?
Not so much.
They're bums, dude. They're bums.
Yeah, moment of the match wasn't a try. Yeah, that's what we were talking about just a moment ago. That was definitely a forward pass.
As soon as I saw it, I'm like, what the hell is this crap? Like, wasn't that the forward pass?
Diamond Dave, if you want to jump on with your match thoughts, you're more than welcome to. Anybody else is as well, send us a message on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube.
I think Dave's with
us. Dave's with us. How about that? Speak of the devil, Diamond Dave.
Hey,
David,
what's up, guys?
We have witnessed history. What's your thoughts?
It was pretty impressive. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I agree with Wes's wife. I didn't know rugby scores could get that high. It is a new record. The previous record for most points scored by a team was Seattle 74, Dallas 7 from last year. That's
Okay.
81 total points. Now that record is Free
It's
Jacks
broken
80,
with 85,
Toronto
yeah.
5.
Yep.
So
So
I wonder why
85
it doesn't
total
come up
points
when
and
I
a
Google.
75-point margin.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of huzzahs.
A lot of huzzahs to catch up on here.
And yeah, I was like, I'll come on and do the first huzzah.
Yes.
It's a busy evening in my house.
Incredible, man.
But yeah, so new record. It is not a record for most points scored in a match, though.
Oh yeah.
That
Yeah.
Australia
still
blanked
is
Namibia,
that
right?
I think is that Utah-Dallas match. 91
Oh, that was
total
like
points,
69 to 22 or
yeah,
something.
69 to
Oh,
22.
that's
So-
why it keeps pulling up. I think I'm asking the
yeah.
wrong question.
Yeah, so while you were doing like the hard work, I was Googling MLR stats
Well, no, I
and
think
trying
I
to
asked
like
the wrong
nail it
question.
down and figure out what was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wrote what is the most points scored in an MLR match, so that is correct. It's Utah Dallas. The
Right.
total points. I should have
Yeah.
asked what team has scored the single highest total or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
James Dealey sent me down the right track when he was like, "No, it was that Seattle 74." So then I found
Gotcha.
that.
Yep,
The
yep.
Utah match happened before and got several articles written about it. So there's just like, a lot of stuff out there. on
Clogs the
internet
search
about it.
engine.
This is a great point from Bear here. Free Jacks finally put away a bad team. That is a great description of
Yeah.
this game. Better than Hounds and Dallas games, keeping them in it. That's a frustration that we have had in those previous games where we knew that we had the better roster and the better record going in, all of that sort of stuff, and we saw the Free Jacks not being able to put away teams. But this, Toronto is last in the East for a reason. Putting the sword to them and just ripping it right through them is just something that we probably will never forget. And we may never see this high of a score for the Free Jacks. So it feels good to be good, I think, is the best description. It feels good to see our Free Jacks absolutely being clinical, as we've talked about. They needed to do that. They were tonight. Absolute domination. And damn, it feels good against Toronto at Fort Toronto.
I really
that is over with. Like, if they ever say that again, we got to throw this score at them because, again, their fans, again, they want to be loyal. That's fine. I understand. But, chirping back at us with that score from last year, let's make sure we save that graphic of this score going forward. So let them never forget about this.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I like
watching
your
the
pillow
highlights.
fort line. That was the best line of the whole show.
Pillow fort.
Pillow,
for
more
sure.
like
That's-
looking more like a pillow fort right now. I think that's what we do if they ever call it Fort Toronto again. Just reply with like pillow. There's got to be a pillow emoji, right? Just pillow emojis.
For sure.
Hey, let's remember, let's get T-shirts made for August 5th. It'll be Toronto Free Jacks Day, 8-5. 8805. No, that doesn't work, but whatever. You get what I'm saying.
It's close enough.
Almost had it.
Almost had it. Man, I swear to God, I only had one of these. I promise.
Hilarious, man.
I'm
wow,
gonna
Dave.
jump off, guys.
All right, cheers,
It
man.
was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Huzzah all day,
Huzzah.
huzzah all night.
Huzzah times 9. Right?
Dave, you got a lot of work to do to break this one down, buddy.
Yep.
I don't. How many nice things can I say about how many different people? There were a lot of good performances. It really was
incredible.
I mean, you don't put 80 points on the board unless a lot of people are doing their job, right? So.
Amen. Yeah. Well said. All right. Appreciate
Thanks,
it, Dave.
Peace.
All right, Bozo. Final thoughts here. Dave has exited the video, so he's unable to give us all the huzzahs. But what a performance for our New England Free Jacks. We were hoping that this was in the bag at some point, just putting away a lowly team like this. But nobody would have expected this scoreline. Nobody would have anticipated this type of dominance by our New England Free Jacks at this level.
Yeah. I mean, I thought Gary DeWitt had an excellent prediction at 35-13, and it was certainly looking like it was going to be going that way right away. But then as soon as we got to 12 minutes and we had 21 points, I'm like, oh my God, this could
have been.
And it was the way it was going.
Yes,
it was the way it was going. Everything started to, you start to feel, and I didn't want to say it during the game because I
you don't want to jinx ourselves, right?
Right. It felt like the bounce of the ball, the flick of the wrist, all that other stuff was going our way.
Right.
And we definitely got some decent calls from the referee.
Yes.
But I thought we played an excellent match, and it was pretty much the most complete. We stayed off of the penalties. like we wanted to. I don't think our penalty count was high. I thought our tackling was a little lackluster.
Yeah, that's fair to say. And it was mostly after we had a huge cushion of a lead, but that's something that needs to be corrected. They poached a couple balls in the breakdown from us. So there are things that we can look at and say, well, they need to improve on this. But the score line just makes you wide-eyed and say, holy shit, this is exactly what we wanted to see.
It's unbelievable that this team has to come to Fort Quincy and play us like that. This is not the last time. You know, it's not like maybe we had a close match at Quincy earlier in the season like last year. Or it wasn't super close, but you know what I mean? It was more respectable. And then we go up to York Lions later in the year. Like, this is unbelievable that this was away and they have to come to us next.
That's right.
I mean, we might not get all the major breaks that we did this time, but man, it's still this is gonna be in the back of the mind that we almost hung a century on them.
It's unreal, guys. I feel like I'm dreaming right now. I want to pinch myself and say, is this a dream right now? You know, a score a minute is a great way to describe it. A point a minute as wow. What else can you say about this? But an amazing job by the Free Jacks, just curb stomping Toronto. And with that being said, I think we can exit the video here shortly with a 3, 2, 1. Huzzah!
Thanks for riding with us, everybody.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
He must have been going wild.